The Firework Flower was an exclusive plant that you could get inside of Roblox Grow a Garden for a limited time back on the 4th of July. And in this video, I decided to see if I could actually get every single mutation on this Firework Flower and see how valuable this limited time fruit would actually be worth. So make sure to watch it to the end of this video to celebrate a late 4th of July and to see how much this plant is actually worth. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put a master sprinkler down, godly, advanced, basic. So let's get our mooncat set up here. All right, now we have our mooncat, so now we can actually get this Firework Flower pretty big. A lot of people were commenting that there's new sprays I can get for chilled, burnt, and also cloud touch. I will buy some of them on my main account and help spray our plants, so I have my main account in here to do that in just a little bit. And the other thing is that I kept seeing is that people were telling me, and one of these comments actually blew up, but that I need to be getting the event mutations to hit like towards the root or like the branch of the fruit that I want to get mutated, which I kind of started to figure when I was saying, oh, I'm having hitbox issues, so this comment really cleared that up, so thank you. And also cleared it up that, yeah, if you keep your sprinklers on, it should help get more mutations. So I'm going to be using that from now on. All right, so I don't know what the size of this can be. The mooncats are doing their thing, but this looks to be like it's already grown to its full potential. It just needs to grow the branches out. All right, so we'll just finish watering this real quick, get this to 100. It looks like it's a pretty decent size, so I think we should be good. All right, that should be about done. And then we're going to go ahead and use our shocked mutation spray, pollinated chocolate. We're going to go ahead and throw our sprinkler on it, the honey glaze sprinkler. So that's 4 mutations. And then instead of using the polar bears, I'm gonna have my main account spray it with a burnt or chilled mutation spray. So I'm gonna go over there real quick and buy those at the shop. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and set my queen bee up and my butterfly so I can get these guys ready to mutate this thing with rainbow with all 5 mutations in just a second. So I'm going to actually have my main account apply burnt onto this thing. So now we should have 5 mutations. Let's go ahead and check. Yep, there we go. We have pollinated, burnt, shocked, chocolate, and honey glaze. So once the queen bee is done with her cooldown, which is about 17.5 minutes left, it will cool down our butterfly, which will then get this to rainbow. And then I'll also use my main account after that to apply burnt and chilled back onto this. So we don't have to use the owls and we don't have to use the polar bears as well. All right, it looks like the waiting period is over. The queen bee's cooldown is finally completed. So now we can get our butterfly to get the cooldown. There we go. And now this firework flower should now turn into a rainbow firework flower. And we're good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pick up our queen bee and our butterfly now because now we have this thing rainbow and it looks very nice. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and use our sprays again. So we got chocolate, we got pollinated, get shocked, and then let's go ahead and get that honey sprinkler on it. So now we are back up to 5 mutations. And then I'm going to go ahead and head over here in my main account and we're going to put the chilled spray on it so we could save time with the polar bears today. And then we're also going to put the burnt spray back on it. And our main account is good to leave. So now we're up to 7 mutations on this thing. It's looking pretty good so far. So now we got to try and get the rest of the pet mutations that we possibly can get. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my pets here. So we're going to want to do 2 disco bees for now. We can get the disco mutation on this guy. Let's also go ahead and do a couple chicken zombies as well so we can try and get zombified. I'm also going to spawn in 2 sea turtles so we can try to get this thing wet so that it will turn frozen. And then for now, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in a scarlet so we can get verdant and then a hyacinth so we can get cloud touch since I can't get the cloud touch spray at the moment. Just to see if it helps, I'm going to go ahead and put down some sprinklers to see if it'll help our pet mutations. I don't know if the sprinklers help with pet mutations. I think they're only really helpful for event mutations, but we're going to try and do it anyways today and just see if we can get lucky with our pets if we have all these sprinklers on this. So I am just going to go ahead and click this garden button with an auto clicker while I go AFK, and hopefully when I'm gone we can see our pets get some mutations. All right, so it looks like when I was gone, we actually got chilled to frozen, which is some good progress. Looks like nothing else happened, but I can go ahead and pick up these sea turtles now. And our disco bee should be about ready for some stuff to happen there. So awesome. I think I'm going to go ahead and I will spawn in another chicken zombie for a chance to get zombified and another scarlet for a chance to get verdant on this thing. Oh, one's going off. Let's see it. Oh, let's go. We got Disco to the Firework Flower. Good job. Easy and quick. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up both of these guys. I'm gonna spawn in some more chicken zombies since this one always seems difficult to get. So we have multiple chances for chicken zombies to get us zombified. And then I guess I'll spawn in another hyacinth to get us cloud touch. This is looking pretty good. For us having no help today, we're at least able to get a lot of these. Mostly just the pet ones. Oh, and look at that. We got Windy coming in as well. So perfect timing. So we can get another one down. And look at that, it actually worked. So, oh yeah, I guess we just got to start using sprinklers more often, and that should help with getting these mutations faster. So thank you guys for letting me know. I'm a little stupid. Oh, let's go. We just got cloud touch applied to this thing. So we got another mutation down, which means we could pick up our little bluebirds here. And I guess we can go ahead and put down another scarlet and another chicken zombie. And those are all maxed out now. That's as many as we have for each, 4 and 4. I'm gonna go ahead and AFK again for a little bit here, so I'm gonna go ahead and place some more sprinklers just in case an event or something happens. Oh, we just took a W. The Scarlet just applied Verdant to our Firework Flower. So now we have Verdant. So all we need to do is get a heat wave in here so we can get sun-dried and then turn that Verdant into a Paradisal. Now it'll be 2 new mutations. Well, I guess one will go away and then we'll get another mutation. So it'll be 1 new one, but this one will convert to something better. So now in the meantime, we could pick up the Scarlets because we don't need them anymore. And I guess because I think we're maxed out on chicken zombies, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in a queen bee or 2 just to help with our chicken zombie cooldowns. So far, without any help today, this thing does have 11 mutations, which is pretty good. We've been given another opportunity to get twisted. Maybe one of these things will spawn in and like go right on our Firework Flower. That'd be really nice. This one's getting close, but he's gonna leave, I think, in a second. Are you gonna leave? Oh, this one's right here. Yo, come on. Where's my trowel? Where's my trowel? Oh, he's going on it. He's going on it. We're good. Okay. 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 I can't place it there, apparently. Come on. Come on. Oh, there's 2 of them in my garden right now. Put it right here. Put it right here. Come on. Come on. Give me that. Give me that twisted. Was that good enough? Let's go. We got twisted legit. All right. We're good. All right. This thing is looking pretty spicy so far. Now, let's see if the chicken zombie will clutch up for us to get us zombified on our Firework Flower. Please, chicken zombie. I beg of you. Come on. Failed. All the chicken zombies are failing. Okay, I was literally just looking at my phone for a second, and then I heard that bong sound, and my chicken zombie actually just applied zombified to the Firework Flower. I wish I got it on footage, but anyways, we're done with all the pet mutations, so we have about 30 more minutes that we're gonna wait around for any events to happen, but if not, we're at least at 13 mutations, which is pretty good. But I really, really hope that we can maybe get a drought and a heat wave event to happen within the next 30 minutes before I stop recording. So that way we can get Paradisal on this, we get sun-dried on this, and then we can get drought. And that'd be pretty good. And also, it'd be awesome if we can get tropical rain. But I doubt that many events is going to happen in the next 30 minutes. All right, so unfortunately, I have sat here for like 40 minutes and no other events happen. We're still where we were, and I got to get this video out to you guys because it's been a couple days. I really wish I could have at least gotten the normal event mutations like Celestial, Drenched, Drought, and then Sun-Dried plus Paradisal, so that way we can really see a good value for this thing. But we did get 13 mutations on this Firework Flower legit, which is pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up, and unfortunately we're not gonna have Brighter be able to help us today to get all the mutations added onto it like we normally would. So we'll have to see what the value of this is with those mutations that we were able to get on it. Without further ado though, we're going to see what this is worth with 13 mutations on it in a pretty big size. So let's go ahead and talk to Steven and let's get the value of this big thing. All right, Steven, how much is this Firework Flower? Okay, wow, I'm actually very surprised. This thing is still 2 billion with those 13 mutations that we got on it without any of those extra mutations added onto it today. So that's actually pretty good. For only doing this for about maybe 2 hours, we got a fruit that is worth 2 billion, which is quite a good bit of money, especially for a new player. Definitely try and buy these Firework Flowers while they're in stock. They're completely filled up to max stock right now, so all you got to do is just go in the shop and buy them. Hopefully we'll be back to our normal scheduled programming of actually getting all the mutations on these fruits. So let me know what you guys think the value would be if we were able to get every mutation on it, since, you know, only 13 got a 2 bill. And let me know if you guys are excited for this small little 4th of July update. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started right away with this. So first off, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in some sugar apples here. If I can actually find the seeds, bro. My inventory is insanely cluttered now. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I guess we'll do 6, 7. No, not 6, 7, dude. No, no. All right, so and then I'm also gonna go ahead and get this ready in here with my mandrakes. Let's go ahead and spawn in all my mandrakes here. Let's go ahead and spawn in my apple gazelle, and then let's go ahead and also put down the great pumpkin seed right here. And then we're gonna go ahead and hit grow all on the main account so we can get everything to grow in here. All right, so this great pumpkin is only this right now, but we're gonna go ahead and pick this up in a second when we actually start to try to get that thing big. So let's go ahead and I think our apple gazelle, yeah, needs a quick little boost here. So we're gonna go ahead and boost the apple gazelle just so we can go ahead and get the warp mutation done pretty quickly. There we go. We got it on this sugar apple right here. So we're done with that. Let's go ahead and travel this back over here. This will be our little platter for the Spinos. And then real quick, we're going to go ahead and put down our advanced sprinkler and get our mandrake seeds ready. So we're going to go ahead and put these down here and we'll get some watering cans ready. And then let's go ahead and get that rot mutation out of the way. We just got rot on another mandrake. So let's go ahead and move this guy over here. This game still seems to be a little bit buggy. The pets are still kind of broken with their textures, and now the mandrakes and some of the seeds are as well. But anyways, that's fine. All right, so we got all that done. We got this and this, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and make things easier for our Spinos here. And I guess we'll go ahead and reclaim a couple of these, and then I'll just leave one of these. So we have 2 sugar apple trees to get mutations on to help spread some stuff around. And let's go ahead and actually get the great pumpkin growing here. So I'm gonna go and pick up all these guys. Let's go ahead and get our mooncat spawned in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 of those. And then let's go ahead and get our sprinklers down. Actually, hold on. We need to get our triceratops spawned in, and then we're gonna go ahead and pick up this great pumpkin. Let's get a grandmaster sprinkler down, a master, and then let's get our godly, another advanced, and a basic. All right, now hopefully we'll get a pretty big great pumpkin to grow in with our mooncats and all these guys. There are new black cat pets as well that you can actually get like a 2 times boost, or at least up to 2 times boost, but you need a witch's cauldron. But they're kind of like the mooncats with the pancakes already, so I think we're gonna just stick with these guys. But maybe we'll get some of those and try them out anyways. But I need to increase the inventory on this account because I'm like maxed out right now. All right, so we got a couple of mooncats spreading. Let's go ahead and I guess throw it in this pile of 3 over here to hopefully get a big one. All right, that should help. And let's go ahead and throw it back in the sprinkler. So we're going to try to get a really big, great pumpkin to grow in. Our triceratops will hopefully help us grow this thing in a little bit faster. And then once we have a decent size growing in, we'll go ahead and start getting mutations done. And we do need to actually use early on today our firefly here because we need to get the shock mutation done so we can actually get our Raiju done. We don't have shock sprays in the game anymore. At least we don't in the crafting area over here. So that makes it a little bit painful for us, which means, yeah, we just need to spend some more time getting some mutations done now because we don't have sprays for some of the things, which is a little bit of a pain, but it's okay. We'll make it through. Make it through. We might be able to just hit grow all because that flashed like a pretty big one in front of my face. So that might be good for us. And also I'm already having issues trying to pick it up. So yeah. Oh, a great pumpkin applied the ghostly mutation. I forgot it does this. It actually applies mutations itself, which is pretty crazy. So we'll have to actually keep this one on the side. Oh, yep, there it goes. It's growing in. But yeah, we'll have to actually keep this on the side for future videos so we can get the new ghostly mutation right here, which is interesting. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna screenshot that for the thumbnail later. All right. So I guess since it's growing in already, I'm gonna hit grow all and we'll see how big of a great pumpkin we actually get. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit that button there and let's see how big this thing is. Okay, that's pretty big. I don't know how big we can actually get this thing, but that's actually a pretty decent size. I guess we'll go for it because this thing should be expensive already no matter the size we get on it. So we'll go ahead and keep this size. We could probably get way bigger than this, but we'll go ahead and try. I don't really know the sizing, and I think because this one's already so expensive, it probably can't get huge because I don't want you to make like quadrillions with one sale. All right, let's go ahead and get our mutations ready so we can get this thing converted to rainbow. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a cloud touch spray to it, a pollinated spray. We'll go ahead and apply chocolate to it, and then we'll get all right, we'll go ahead and get honey on it. There we go. And okay, this actually is nice because we got honey glaze on these sugar apples, so we can use Spinos later to spread that back so we don't have to use another sprinkler. And then let me see if I have any extra sprays on my main account here. I don't really want to use the sprays on my main account because they're bro, this is actually tough now. I'm like running out of sprays on everything. All right, well, what's something easy? I guess what we could do is I don't know what to do, bro. I'm running out of sprays here and stuff. I can't do anything. Wait, I think there's still chilled sprays in the crafting. Let me double check. No, there's like no sprays over here. Okay, well, that's a pain. Why, Jandal? Why did you do this to me? I'm out of sprays and you don't sell them anymore. This is not good. All right, so what pet's easy? I guess we could probably do like the lemon lion to get that last mutation on it. Hopefully. The only problem is it might apply it to one of these things. I guess we'll try to get this thing rainbow in a second. Let's go ahead and just start getting some mutations done then. Let's go ahead and get the lemon lion in. Let's get the swan in here. Oh, we do actually really need this firefly, so let's go ahead and get that in. And we'll just leave these here for now so they can have a better chance to apply directly to the great pumpkin so we can start getting rainbow. But we'll go ahead and start working on some of these. You know what's an easy one actually is the badger. That's an easy one to get the 5th one on. Let's go ahead and throw the badger down. That will give us that 5th mutation, and it'll also give us some mutations over here, and we'll have crack done. So let's go ahead and use that guy because it only takes about a minute, and then we can get this thing going. But yeah, we have our lemon lion going. We do need to use jackalopes to get Sandy, but I guess I'll spawn in those guys in a second. Let's do our more guaranteed pets first. Let's go ahead and do a phoenix to get flaming. Let's do our cockatrice to get toxic, and that is probably good for now. I guess we can go ahead and throw in at least 2 jackalopes so we can try to get Sandy out of the way. All right, there we go. So now we have a decent setup here. The badger will definitely give us cracked on this thing, and then we can get the butterfly spawned in. That will let us actually get rainbow done. Yeah, we have to actually be a little bit more strategic now, huh? This is kind of painful. Also, we don't have any more pollinated sprays. We just ran out of those. I hope they bring back like a better spray system, or hopefully though I can get the spray merchant and I can get a ton of sprays because I need some, dude. I'm running out. Guess we'll go ahead and for now pick up one of the jackalopes because we are going to need to get the queen bee spawned in and the butterfly. So once the badger's done, we can swap him out for the butterfly, and then we'll have that space for the queen bee. I guess we'll go ahead and get the queen bee started so we can save a little bit of time here. All right, there we go. He should be getting cracked on a ton of stuff. Can we actually, there we go. We got it on the great pumpkin, which means that this thing now has the 5 mutations that we need to convert it to rainbow. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the badger, and we will get honey glaze back when our spinos move it over, pollinated back when they move it over, and crack, and then we can reapply chocolate and cloud touched. And we also have ghostly on a bunch of stuff now because this is just going to keep applying it. So let's go ahead and pick up the badger. Let's go ahead and get the butterfly spawned in. And now we are on our way to get this thing converted over to rainbow. And now we can actually get started with focusing on the other mutations as well. Okay, perfect. I just placed this down and we got a shocked carrot. So that's 1 shocked carrot done. I'll go ahead and move this over here. And I'm going to favorite this one because we'll need that to actually apply to the great pumpkin. But we're going to need 1 more for our Raiju to actually eat and apply static so we can get Maelstrom done or Storm charged or whatever. So that's at least 1. At least he got that done, like guaranteed that time. I don't really know his percent. It's 24, so it's not the best. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let's let the swan do its thing. Let's reboost it so we can get graceful done. We'll get brain rot done just a second. We'll boost the phoenix to get flaming done a little bit faster, and boost the cockatrice to get toxic done faster. We failed Sandy though. That's really sad. I'm gonna cry. We also have this new ghost bear, which if I'm correct, I think it gives us the spooky mutation. So we have ghostly and then we'll have spooky. So we got to get him done with the fall bears as well. So yeah, we have a lot to do, man. There's so many mutations on this game, and I'm running out of sprays. I really hope we get a spray merchant today while I'm doing this. That would be very nice. All right, and we got graceful applied to a carrot, so I'm gonna go ahead and move this over here into our stash. Thank you, swan. Swan is done. And we got brain rot on another carrot. Go ahead and move this over here. So thanks to our lemon lion, and that's another 2 slots open for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in another jackalope so we get Sandy out of the way. And let's go ahead and check through our pets here because we have a lot to get done. I guess I'll go ahead and spawn in the golden goose to get that done. Oh, here we go. Perfect. We got a Sandy carrot. So our jackalopes are done. We can get ceramic done in a little bit. So I'll go ahead and throw that over there. All right. So our jackalopes are actually done then, so we can go ahead and pick up these 2 to give us an extra 2 slots. Let's go ahead and boost this firefly so we can hopefully get shocked done again for our Raiju, and we have 2 more slots now. So let's go ahead and let's see what we want to do next here. I guess we'll start working on the kappas to get us bloodlit. Once these guys are done, we can throw in some of the fall grizzly bears and the new spooky one so we can get those mutations out of the way as well. All right, phoenix will be done in a second. Cockatrice, I thought it had a shorter cooldown, but no, it was at 4 minutes. I thought it was less. I don't know why I'm tripping. All right, well, I'll wait for these. I'm gonna go ahead and buy some more carrots too. Oh, I forgot about my Kitsune, but yeah, my man account's Kitsune just applied the chakra mutation to a carrot, which we did need that. So there we go. And we just got flaming done from our Phoenix, which is also good. I'm going to go ahead, and since he did it on so many things, I'm going to go ahead and pick up these flaming carrots since it's on the sugar apples over there. All right, I can go ahead and pick up the Phoenix then. All right, we got flaming on that. Make sure nothing over here has 5 mutations on it already, because that won't be good. Then our butterfly will target that, and we'll lose some stuff that we'll need. I guess I'll go ahead and favorite the stuff that's getting a little bit higher on the mutations in case anything gets applied to it if I don't see it. Oh, perfect. Traveling merchant. Oh, it's just the summer one. But we do have nighttime, which is early. Oh, no, that's not nighttime. This is the Halloween night. Cockatrice will be next. So I guess with the Phoenix out of the way, we'll go ahead and throw in one of our fall bears. The grizzly bears, right? Yeah. We need a grizzly bear. We gotta get fall done. So let's get fall done, and then we'll try to get spooky done next. And hopefully this firefly hurries up, because we need to swap him out for the Raiju, and then we need to get the Corrupt Kidzoon in here, which I guess I'll put the Corrupt Kidzoon after this Cockatrice is done, which should be right now with Toxic. All right, cool. We got Toxic and a ton of carrots, so I'm gonna go and pick up... Actually, I think we got Toxic on 2 of these over here. Cockatrice is done. Giant Firefly is failing us. Let's go and pick up the Cockatrice, though, and throw in our Corrupt Kidzoon. I might AFK with this guy later when I'm trying to get Dawnbound done as well, since it takes forever, because I want to try to get Ascended Chakra to get this thing really valuable. All right, so we have a pretty good setup here. I guess I'll go ahead and boost these Kappas, speed them up a little bit, and hopefully give us Bloodlet faster. And I guess I can boost the Golden Goose. Oh, okay, that doesn't really matter because he's too high up. I don't like you either, bro. All right, Queen Bee still has a while, so yeah, we mostly are just waiting for this Giant Firefly so we get the Raiju in here. So I think these will be our next guaranteed mutations. I did get the Wolf Pet, by the way, and this guy actually gives you the Moonlit mutation, just like the Mizukis, I think they're called, used to do, or the Mizukis, the Tanukis, I think they were. But yeah, this guy gives you Moonlit. I think it's more guaranteed because those guys were just like a random mutation, but usually I don't even care about it anymore just because we get Moonlit every 4 hours, and while I AFK, we usually get a nighttime event to happen, so it doesn't really matter too much. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of the Mizuchi. I was mixing up the names, but the Mizuchi I do need as well to give us the guaranteed mutations. I'll do that before the gnome. All right, Firefly, please give us static. I mean, not static. Give us shock and another care, bro. This used to be so much easier with the shock mutation sprays. I can't believe they're gone. I can't believe they would do this to me. Fall. Give us fall, bro. Failed. I forgot to boost him sooner. That probably would have helped if I boosted him sooner. I think we can actually boost our Queen Bee. That should give us maybe enough. Yeah, that'll speed this up a little bit so we can get the butterfly done. Oh, shoot. The Corrupt Kidzoon is going to take spot. It's going to take the butterfly's place because it's too long now. Also, the Kappas wet up a bunch of stuff, but they did not apply Bloodlet. That's fine. All right, well, I gotta actually pick up the Corrupt Kidzoon for a little bit then because I don't want it to interfere with the butterfly. I want to get Rainbow done so we get these 2 guys out of the way for now. So we'll move that out of the way, and I guess since we don't have the Corrupt Kidzoon, we'll go ahead and throw in this Rainbow Mizuchi because this guy doesn't have a very long cooldown, and we can get the Azure mutation done, hopefully quickly. All right, some pets are about to be done with their cooldowns. I really hope this Firefly gives us shocked again. The first time he applied it, like nothing, and now he's struggling, and I really need to get shocked because I need to get that Raiju to replace him to get static out of the way. And let's see, our Queen Bee I think is almost done. Where is the Queen Bee? Right here. We're about to get pollinated, and then we'll get Butterfly to get cooldown in a second. Please shocked. Please give us shocked. Oh, let's go. We got a shock carrot. All right, so I can go ahead and replace this Firefly with our Raiju to eat that carrot and give us static then. Let's go ahead and, oh, he's in my hotbar. All right, let's go ahead and throw him down. Let's go ahead and move this pollinated carrot over here. And we failed the fall mutation. So sad. So sad. All right, I'm going to boost this Mizuchi to hopefully give us a Azure pretty quickly. And who else needs a boost? I guess the Kappas. We can get Bloodlet done. And I'll boost the Goose to get this Fortune Egg out of the way. Thank you, Mr. Goose. I'll throw this back over here. And I guess I'll go ahead and throw in this Ghost Bear to get Spooky done. Ooh, Azure mutation? Perfect. We got a first try on a carrot. I don't know which carrot, but a carrot. So we can go ahead and pick up the Mizuchi. Oh, man, this Ghost Bear has a very long cooldown. But, okay, it's a guaranteed. So, that's good. Oh, wait. No, that's not good. I got to pick him up for a second. Because the Queen Bee almost just cooled him down. All right. Whew. That was scary. All right, hopefully we favorited everything. Hopefully nothing has more than 5 mutations or whatever because there's... Oh, shoot. Hold on, bro. Hold on. I just saw something. Wait, okay. It only has 4. It only has 4. We're good. You good? All right, perfect. Great Pumpkin is rainbow. That scared me for a second. All right, so we can go ahead, pick up the Queen Bee, pick up the Butterfly. Now we can go ahead and put the Ghost Bear in. We can put our Peach Wasp in here. I guess we can throw the Spriggan in, sure. And what else do we need? I don't even know. There's so many pets, bro. I guess we'll throw in one more Grizzly Bear to get fall done a little bit faster, hopefully. So the Great Pumpkin is now rainbow. We can go ahead and get some sprays back onto this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put Cloud Touch back onto it, Chocolate back onto it. We don't need to worry about Honey Glazed because it's over there. And then on my main account, I'll go ahead and put Glimmering back onto it and Luminous onto it. I guess not back onto it because we never put that on originally, but there we go. We are back up to like 5 mutations on this thing, and then we'll get some of the rest of them back when the Spinos spread them out. So we do have a shocked carrot right here that's favorited, and then this one the Raiju will eat so we can get the static mutation applied. We should hopefully get Bloodlet done next, and then the Ghost Bear will take a little bit of time, and the Peach Wasp, and the Spriggan. We have a couple pets that are going to take a while actually, but that will give us some guaranteed mutations. And let's go and boost this Raiju to get him out of the way. Boost this Grizzly Bear to hopefully get fall out of the way. Fall, please?
Nope.
Failed. Okay, that's fine. You know what? Just rip my heart out, man. Just rip it out and stomp on it. Oh. Bloodlet's done. It's on one of our fruits. I don't know what it's on. Oh, it's right here. It's on this carrot. Perfect. We got Bloodlet done, so we can get the Kappas out of the way. I guess with that, we can go ahead and spawn in 2 disco beasts to start working on getting disco done. But I feel like there's more that I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing a pet. I think I'm good, dude. I think I've gotten everything else that I needed today so far. Oh, hello. Hello, Tornado. Oh, you know what? That just reminded me. I'm missing the pterodactyl. Thanks, Jandal, for just like throwing that in my face. All right, I'm going to pick up 1 disco beast for now. Throw the pterodactyl in there. And the Krupp Kitsune, bro. That's what I'm missing because I picked him up. All right, get those guys back in there. We need Krupp Chakra and we need Tempestuous. All right, so our grizzly bears are still failing us, which they usually do for a while, but we'll give them some time, you know. They just need some time. But our Raiju won't fail us, and we're going to get static done. So there we go. We got static on quite a lot, actually. Got it on sugar apple. So I'll go ahead and pick up these carrots then. Oh, we have a rainbow carrot. That's crazy. All right, so I'll go ahead and pick up these statics since it's on one of those over there, sugar apples. And the Raiju is done, which means we can actually get our first disco bee to spawn in now. Yeah, we've been waiting a while to get this disco bee to spawn in, bro. We've had so many pets to go through. I'm also going to go ahead and real quick purchase some more carrot seeds. And why are you naked? Bruh. Are you good? Look, bro, it's not summer anymore. You don't need to do this. You could put clothes on, bro. Let's see if this grizzly bear actually gives us fall. Please, so we can get disco beats done. Please. Failed. You know what? I'm gonna go cry. All right, fall is finally done and it just got applied to a sugar apple. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this grizzly bear, pick up this grizzly bear, and get some more disco bees in here so we can get disco done hopefully quickly. And pterodactyl will be next. So we get that forked disco bee placed down in just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and boost this ghost bear as well so we can get that spooky mutation or whatever it is done, and that'll be good. I'm gonna go ahead and also unfavorite this carrot over here so I'll be ready for our Spino shortly. We're also gonna get the ghostly mutation on literally everything, bro. Like this plant, it loves to give this mutation away. It's actually cool that we have a plant in the game that gives mutations. It's the first. It's unique. I like that. All right, so let's get Tempestuous out of the way, and then we can get one last disco bee placed down, then we'll start doing our chicken zombies after that, and our like gnome and stuff like that. Give me that Tempestuous, please. Okay, we're good. We got it on a carrot, or a couple carrots actually. Okay, let me go ahead and pick you up and throw down one more disco bee in the mix. Throw this in the mix. I think that's another static carrot. I think again have it on a sugar apple over here, but you know what, I'll actually keep it because I think I need 2 anyways to get Maelstrom and Storm Charge, so I might as well throw this over here, although I only have 1 shocked carrot, so that might not really do much for us. But we also have another chakra carrot. I think it's another one, yeah, because I already threw the other one back in there. All right, so we're gonna go and get spooky done with this little guy here. Good, bro. Oh, I thought he was just gonna be like the grizzly bears and just like do a wheelie and apply it, but I think he needs to go to his victim. Okay. All right, we got Spooky on a carrot, which is just a gray mutation, which I thought would be a little bit more interesting looking, but it's the same color scheme as Tempestuous, but that's fine. You know, we don't need anything fancy. It's just more value. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up our ghost bear then, and that's good. So disco bee's almost done. I think, can I boost this Krupp Kitsune, please? Yes. All right, perfect. Goes under the 5-minute mark. Our Spriggan's almost there, and then I think we can actually boost the Peach Wasp because he has such a long cooldown. Yeah. All right, so these guys will be done. We can go ahead and throw in our first chicken zombie to start getting this out of the way. All right, and then I guess I could probably boost these guys. Hopefully Biscuit just gives us disco so we can get that out of the way. Please, Biscuit. Please. Okay, failed. I didn't really have much hope in Biscuit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this dude, he's not the best. He's not the best chickens or the best disco bee I've seen, you know? All right, let's get this blue mutation out of the way. This is my trusty Spriggan, Danny. We've always had Danny. He's a good little Spriggan. All right, come on. Don't mess up here. Give us bloom. There we go. Perfect. On tons of carrots and things. I'm going to go and pick up these ones since we got it on tons of stuff over here that we already need. And Danny, thank you so much for giving us bloom today. Now, is this the plasma mutation? I think this one is. Which cooldown? Yeah, that was the stinging one. All right, so this minute left is the plasma mutation, so we'll get that done. And then we have Krupp Kitsune almost ready as well. And hopefully these disco bees don't let us down, but we have an extra slot. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in another chicken zombie into the mix here. All right, let's get plasma done here. Peach Wasp, what are you thinking today? What plasma fruit looks good for you? Ah, carrot. Okay, good choice. You know, basic, just like all the other pets, but go ahead and throw this over here in the mix. Thanks for your service. Krupp Kitsune. Let's go ahead and get that Krupp Chakra mutation done. And hopefully we get Disco from Jax or Flay. Come on, guys. Disco, please. Failed. All right. What about We'll get corrupt chakra. That's usually pretty easy. All right, we got on a carrot, and that's it. And this is carrot way over here with static on it. So that works. Thanks, my man. I'm going to pick you up for now. I'll probably try to get ascended chakra in a little bit, but we'll pick him up for now. And hey, failed. What do you know? I figured that was going to happen, but we do have 2 more slots, so we can go ahead and get our next 2 chicken zombies in here. And hopefully Gigi gives us disco, because these other disco bees don't want to give us disco, and it makes me want to cry because they don't like me. They don't like me, man. I don't understand.
Huh?
Bro, it signed me out of everything. I was literally about to get disco. Oh, well, maybe. One of our cooldowns are about to be finished. All right, well, that just happened. I think Roblox just died. I need to hop back in. I'll be right back. All right, well, we're back in. I wonder if they must have just actually pushed a bug fix, because now all my pets are working. All the chicken zombies are back. They're actually making sounds again. I can hear my disco beat. I think they actually just pushed a hot fix, and that's why that happened. I don't know. All I know, though, is that these guys are working, but I do have to reboost all of my disco bees and stuff when it comes time. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait then, because we have like 12 plus minutes for all these guys, and we'll be back in a minute. All right, we're gonna go ahead and boost our disco bees, see if we get disco. I just boosted one here. Let's see if we get disco from this guy. Failed. All right, next one. Disco, anyone? All right, we got one on a sugar apple, and then that failed. All right, but we got it on a sugar apple, which is good, and we might get another one and another sugar apple. All right, so we got double disco. We're good there. We go and pick up these disco bees, and we already have 4 chicken zombies in the mix. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in one more for right now, and then let's go ahead and spawn in our gnome and our griffin to see if we can get gnomed and cyclonic done before we go AFK. If we can't, that's fine, but it will help us have like an extra slot open, so that'd be nice. And we do have one more slot here, so I think I'll go ahead and just spawn in a queen bee, or actually I guess just like a mimic octopus to help with getting maybe an extra chance for zombified. All right, so I think this is good. We're gonna go ahead and hopefully get these done. Hopefully we'll get zombified done for sure, and then we can go ahead and get ready for our AFK setup. But all right, so we're gonna go ahead and wait a couple more minutes then for these pets to finish their cooldowns, and if they can give us some mutations, then we'll be ready to go on our AFK setup. All right, our gnome just applied the gnome mutation to a carrot, so that is one of our, I guess, AFK pets done. We sort of use it as AFK pet sometimes. It used to always be one, but now we kind of do it early since we have so many gnomes. And all right, so we're gonna see if our mimic octopus can maybe mimic one of our chicken zombies and give us zombified early, so then we can actually get started with our AFKing. Or it might actually mimic the griffin. But either way, if we get one of these done, then I think we will be pretty much fully ready for our AFK setup. So hopefully we'll get one of these done from the mimic octopus, or he's just going to let us down and we'll just cry. That could always happen too. All right, so let's see what we get. We have this chicken zombie almost ready as well. So if the mimic octopus does fail, we can go ahead and see if this one will at least give us zombified. But let's see what we get from this. I hope, dude. I really hope. Come on, please give us that zombified mutation. That'd be very nice of you. Okay, failed. You know what? Suki, that hurt my feelings. All right, we're gonna see if Katie will be the good one here and give us zombified, because if not, we're gonna have some problems here. All right, come on, give us zombified, because I really gotta pee. Come on, Katie, please. All right, I really didn't have much faith in my heart, but yeah, this is exactly why I didn't have the faith. All right, well, we'll come back in a minute when all these guys are about done with their cooldowns. All right, we're gonna go ahead and see if we get any mutations done here at Griffin. Let's see if we get cyclonic out of the way. And I did just boost the chicken zombie and it failed, so we're gonna boost these other ones in just a minute, but let me just check this real quick. Okay, perfect. We got cyclonic added to a carrot. However, we usually like to get one more just so we can try to get maelstrom and storm charge, so I guess I'll leave him there. But we'll go ahead and place this here. So that's one cyclonic done, and let's go ahead and see if we get zombified done now. Failed. All right, hopefully these other two give us zombified, please. You know what, usually when the mutations mix up, we usually never can get maelstrom and storm charge, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up the griffin then. We'll get the better of the two, so we can have more slots, and then we can start our AFK setup here. But let's see if we get zombified done, because this would be really helpful. Zombified, please. Perfect. We finally got it applied to a carrot. All right, we are good. So we can go ahead and pick up all these guys then, and I think it's on this carrot here, so we can go ahead and move this over here into our little AFK, or a little Spino stash. So let's go ahead and get our ascended mooncat spawned in, because this guy will give us dawnbound in a while. It's gonna take a while, but we're gonna go ahead and spawn that in so we get started on that. Our junk bot will get spawned in so we can hopefully get the oil mutation done. We will work on molten and meteoric with a lobster, which will give us infernal and blazing. We'll use our corrupted scarlet for corrupt, tranquil scarlet for tranquil, of course. We'll use our aromatic spaghetti slot to get the spaghetti mutation mixed and the aromatic mutation from its shard, and then we'll use a space squirrel to try and get void touched. And with that, we do have one slot left. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in our first Spino here to start moving mutations over to our Great Pumpkin. Let's go ahead and do our biggest Spino, which is this mega one here. And that guy will start moving over 7 mutations at a time onto our Great Pumpkin. So since all of these pets, the rest of them at least, are all not AoE pets, I'm going to go ahead and start picking up these carrots just so we don't have as many mutations on carrots like wet and stuff that randomly appear. And that's favorited. Nothing else is favorited. And we are ready to go with our perfect AFK setup here. So we're going to make sure we get all these mutations done and moved over. And hopefully we'll come back to a maxed out Great Pumpkin. And then we'll also try to get Amber added to it. But we have a pretty good setup here. So now it is time I go AFK and let the pets do their work. Okay. So besides this intense music playing, let me mute this for a second. I'm having a great time, dude. So currently it is literally 1 in the morning now. And I started this video earlier today in the afternoon. And pretty much why it's so late is because I've been trying to AFK to get the Dombound mutation. But the first round that I AFK'd was about 2 or 3 hours and my game disconnected. So then I started up my AFKing again and I AFK'd for about another hour and then my power went out. So my computer shut off. And then I just tried AFKing again, and I was down about 3 or 4 hours, almost there. I was about to boost my Ascended Mooncat shortly to get the Dombound mutation applied. Then I disconnected again. I think my internet went out. I don't really know. I just disconnected from Roblox. It could have been a Roblox server issue because it just took forever to load back in. Now my cooldowns are reset again. If I wait for the next 6 hours, bro, it's going to be like 7 in the morning. I'm just not going to get Dombound today, I guess, on our Great Pumpkin. I'm really upset about that, but we're going to go ahead and just check the value of this thing then and see how many mutations we did get on this thing. Oh, and because of that, we also did not get Ascended Chakra. I've just been having so many issues today just trying to get this thing to have every mutation, but you can see if it'll actually let me, all right, so if I unfavorite this, we actually have 41 mutations, and then if we actually split up some of these in here, like Spaghetti, we'd be at about 43 mutations. Abyssal would bring us to about 44 mutations. Maelstrom would bring us to about, I want to say 47 mutations. Gloom 48. Ceramic would be about 50, or actually 51. Harmonized Chakra 52, and Inferno would bring us to about 55. So we have about a total of 55 mutations on our Great Pumpkin here, and with pretty good size on it. We would have gotten Dawnbound and Ascended Chakra probably if my game didn't continue to break multiple times, but since it did break and we weren't able to get those, we're going to be at a less value than we normally would be at, but I guess that's fine. We can't always win, I guess, you know? So I'm going to go ahead and grab my magnifying glass, and we're going to check the value of our Great Pumpkin here and see how much this thing is actually worth, and then we're going to attempt to get Amber on it to see if it bumps up the value. So without further ado, let's go ahead and use our magnifying glass in 3, 2, 1. All right, bro. So this Great Pumpkin, I guess because of the size on it and also because I didn't get Dawnbound, it's actually only worth 386 billion, which is kind of weak because this is actually like one of the best seeds in the game. I think it's only the fact that this thing is pretty small. If we got a bigger size and we did get Dawnbound on it, this thing would have easily passed the trillions mark, multiple trillions for sure. But that's actually kind of crazy. 386 billion for like the best seed in the game with all these mutations is honestly pretty weak, dude. I was expecting a lot more than this, even without this thing being as big with Dawnbound. I expected us to still at least hit 1 trillion, but let's go ahead and actually try with our raptors now. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can pick this up and get Amber.
Nope.
All right, surprisingly, we did not get Amber on our Great Pumpkin, but yeah, honestly, I guess this thing isn't that big. I thought it was bigger. Guess, I mean, we did miss out on some of the key mutations we needed, but I mean, 386 billion still for all the work that went into this thing. I expected more for it even to be this smaller size that it is. I kind of wish we got a bigger one now, but yeah, that is the Great Pumpkin, dude. I'm kind of disappointed, and this thing's 1200 Robux, bro. It's even more than the Crimson Thorn, but maybe I'm just trash, dude. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in 7 of these Mooncats here that I have. All right, we have 7 Mooncats. There's also new like pet loadout slots. So if I want, I could have like 1 for Mooncats, 1 for my Queen Bee and Butterfly. Since I tend to swap out pets a lot, it's easier for me to just keep doing it the way I normally do it. So that's how we're gonna do it today. All right, but anyways, now that we have all of these guys spawned in, we're gonna spawn in one of our Triceratopses here. And now we're gonna go ahead and place our sprinklers down. So let's put our Grand Master Sprinkler, Master, Godly, Advanced, Basic, and we'll put our King Cabbage right in there. All right, our moon cats are on it, which is good. The sprinklers are doing stuff. So while we wait for this to grow, I must let you guys know, I actually have a new channel that I started with a team called Bandites Movies. Now, this channel will include some old content mixed into long form videos of over an hour long. And I'll also have some new videos on there that you guys may have not seen before. So if you guys want to check that channel out, the link will be in the description, or you could just search up Bandites Movies and you should find it. We already have some videos uploaded on there. All right, so here is our king cabbage growing in. It looks pretty big. I don't know if this is going to be a multi-harvest. Let me make sure this is a multi-harvest fruit or not. Okay, this is a multi-harvest fruit. So whatever we get here, this will just be the plant, and then we get the fruits on it, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and watering can it a little bit so we can get this thing to sprout up a little bit. So then our Triceratops here doesn't have to work as hard, and then he can focus more on just growing the fruits themselves. But looks like we're gonna have a pretty big one, because look at all of our moon cats just surrounding this thing. This thing is definitely going to be huge. So let's see how much progress our Triceratops actually makes on our king cabbage. So it's at 21%. Let's see what he gets it to. Okay, we got a double. So now it is up to... It's still going. It's still going. 88%. Okay, that was actually pretty good. Thanks, my guy. Oh, dude, we got a heat wave right now. I wish this was a little bit later when this thing actually had some fruits grown on it. But I guess this will be one free mutation done. So we don't have to use as many mutations when trying to get it to rainbow. All right, to help speed this up a little bit, I'm going to use my main account here to use its watering cans to get our king cabbage to fully grow in. So let's just get this thing to 100%. Whoa, it's moving. It's moving. That is scary. It's moving. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and use one of these medium pet toys on our Triceratops to speed up his cooldown a little bit. And that should also help us get another double hit so we can see how big this king cabbage will actually be. This thing is actually crazy cool looking. This is probably one of the coolest looking plants in this game. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that this thing moves around and it looks like you're opening up a portal or something, that's pretty cool. Oh, I think we got our king cabbage here. It's literally gonna take up the entire plant. I'm not even gonna be able to see the plant anymore. That is a big one. All right, well, let's see how much progress our Triceratops makes on it. All right, our Triceratops is about to hit it. Maybe we'll get another double hit so we can see how much progress this makes. Let's see. 33 minutes. That was it? That was it? That didn't even make a dent in this thing. What the heck? All right, well, since that 33 minutes literally didn't do anything, I'm going to actually go ahead and use the grow all button here on my main account, because I think we're going to be here for hours if we don't do this, because this is such a big king cabbage. Oh my gosh, dude. This thing is humongous. It looks like a giant egg. All right, I'm going to really quick favorite it so I don't accidentally pick it up. We're going to go ahead and pick up all of our pets here. We're going to spawn in a queen bee to get her cooldown started, with a butterfly here to get this cooldown started as well. So the queen bee will cool down the butterfly, and the butterfly will convert all the mutations we're about to apply to this thing and convert it to rainbow. And then over here on my main account, we're also going to spawn in a queen bee over there, and also spawn in our kitsune, so that way whenever we get rainbow on this thing, we can apply chakra to it right away. Let's go ahead and apply some sprays so we can actually get this thing converted to rainbow. So I'm going to go ahead and use a pollinated spray, shocked, chocolate. We will use honey glazed, and then I'll have my main account just apply a windstruck on it, so we have a free extra mutation, since we don't really need the windstruck spray since we have a pterodactyl. And there we go. We have our 5 mutations on here now, and our butterfly will convert all of these to rainbow, and then we can get started and actually apply other mutations to this, so we can get the king cabbage to have every single mutation in the game. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and AFK and let our pets do the work to get this thing rainbow, and then we'll come back and start applying some mutations to it. All right, our queen bee just cooled down our butterfly, and now our butterfly just applied the rainbow mutation to our king cabbage. So now our king cabbage is officially rainbow. So we can pick up these 2 pets, and then we can go ahead and favorite this so we don't accidentally pick it up. Let's go ahead and apply some of our mutations back onto it now. So we're gonna put our pollinated back onto it, sprayed, burnt, chocolate, fried, and honey glazed. And then over here in our main account, we're going to apply wet onto it, so that way this thing can easily get bloodlet from our kappas, or hopefully easily get it. We're going to apply cloud touched, and we're going to apply verdant. And then in a little bit, our kitsune from our main account should come over and then apply chakra to this thing. So far, that brings us up to 10 mutations on our king cabbage. So it's looking pretty good. And now we can start using some of our other pets to add some other mutations to this. So I'm going to go ahead and start spawning some pets in. So let's go ahead and start off by using 2 disco bees here so we can get disco done and out of the way. We'll go ahead and do 2 chicken zombies since this one usually takes a while. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and skip out on the cooked owl since we already have burnt burnt and fried on this thing. So we're gonna go ahead and spawn in a corrupted Scarlet and a Tranquil Scarlet. Since those guys have those mutations on them, we'll be able to get Corrupt and Tranquil onto our King Cabbage. And then since the Spaghetti Sloth actually takes quite a bit of time, I'm going to spawn him in now since he has 3 mutations he has to go through. And we do have the new Aromatic mutation on him. So this guy has about 4 mutations we'll be able to get from him. So I'm going to spawn him in now to start making progress on all of those. And then finally, for right now, we're going to spawn in our Raiju. That way, this guy can work to apply the static mutation onto our King Cabbage. And to do that, we're going to spawn in the Raiju. We're going to go ahead and put a carrot seed down. And then we're going to apply the shocked mutation to our carrot. And then our Raiju will come over here, eat the shocked carrot, and then apply static to our King Cabbage for that extra mutations. So yeah, we have quite a lot of work to do today. We have a lot of mutations to get through. So these guys will be our starting mutations, and then we'll get some more mutations shortly. And hopefully we'll be able to get a Sandstorm, Aurora, and also maybe a Celestial. All right, so our Kitsune is on the way over here to apply Chakra to our King Cabbage. There we go. We have the Chakra mutation now onto our King Cabbage. Look at that thing. That thing is huge. He's going to go bring it over to my main account now. So let's see. All right, we just got regular Chakra. We did not get Foxfire Chakra, which is fine. All right, so we just got static applied to our King Cabbage here. So we have another mutation done and out of the way. So we're good there. We do have wet applied to this, by the way. So next up, we're going to go ahead and pick up our Raiju. Oh, Disco B time. Hold on. Okay, failed. Anyways, we're going to pick up our Raiju here, and then we're going to replace him with a Kappa for now, so we can try and get Bloodlet done and out of the way before it is too late and we get this thing frozen by like a frost event or something. We do need the wet mutation to stay on this so we can convert wet to Bloodlet. I believe if this does get drenched, that can be converted as well, but once it's frozen, it's over. All right, here goes our first mutation from the Spaghetti Sloth. Let's see which one we get. All right, we got sauce stunts. Now we just need pasta and meatballs, but thank you, Spaghetti Sloth, for your service. I gave one of my chicken zombies here a toy to boost his cooldown, and instantly when I did that, his cooldown finished, and then he applied Zombified, so that is another mutation done and out of the way for our King Cabbage. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up these chicken zombies here, and we're going to replace those guys with these new lobster pets, because these guys actually have a chance to apply Molten every 15 minutes and then apply Meteoric every 30 minutes. So yeah, that's a pretty long cooldown. It is going to take quite a long time to maybe get Meteoric, but we're going to let them sit here and try to get us Meteoric, and Molten should be a pretty quick one though. But that'll be 2 new mutations we can get on our fruits like we used to be able to do when Brighter helped us with these videos. All right, perfect. We got Disco applied finally to our King Cabbage, so now we can go ahead and just pick up these 2 guys. So our Disco Bees are done and out of the way, and next we're going to go ahead and spawn in a Corrupted Kitsune, so we can get Corrupt Chakra and then turn that into Harmonized Chakra. And then I'm also going to spawn in a Pterodactyl here, so we can attempt to get Tempestuous done and added onto this. I'm going to go ahead and plant down 3 carrot seeds as well. If our pets apply mutations to these, that's fine. Either way, our Spinosaurus will eventually eat the carrots and move this over. Our first lobster, by the way, just failed with Molten, and our second one did. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and apply, I guess, I'll put down 3 carrots here, so we have more opportunity to get Tempestuous out of the way, and then we'll have the Spinosaurus eat it and move it over to our King Cabbage. All right, I'm going to attempt to give my Pterodactyl in here a toy, and also I'm going to give this lobster one. There we go, I got him. That way we could try to get Tempestuous a little bit faster. Let's see. Oh, okay, so he did apply Windstruck and Twisted to one of our carrots, and this is the one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this one up and pick this one up, and then Tempestuous is done. I don't think he applied it directly to our King Cabbage. No, we just got Windstruck, but that's fine. What we're going to go ahead and do now is pick up our Pterodactyl here, and then we're going to replace him with a Spinosaurus. So the Spinosaurus will eat the carrots, Tempestuous mutation, and then move it over to our King Cabbage, so we have that one done. Let's see if these guys will give us Molten and Meteoric. I don't know if they'll give us both, but we have 2 chances for both right now. Okay, failed Meteoric. What about our other friend here? He failed Molten, and we got Molten. All right, so we at least got one of them done. We got Molten added to our King Cabbage, but they did fail Meteoric, which was kind of expected. Let's see what our Spaghetti Sloth does. Hopefully he actually applies a mutation this time and doesn't bug out. There we go. We got Meatball added to the King Cabbage. So we just need that pasta mutation, and then this will turn into Spaghetti. Hopefully we'll be able to get Meteoric done soon. I will spawn in some Queen Bees shortly once our Spaghetti Sloth gives us all of his mutations. All right, I just gave our spaghetti sauce the toy, and he instantly gave us the aromatic mutation from his mutated pet effect. So now we do have aromatic added on to our king cabbage for another mutation done, which is perfect. So once the spaghetti sloth here is done with his next cooldown, he should apply pasta, and then we'll have this thing to have full spaghetti on it, which will be fantastic. All right, we have some good and bad news. The bad news is actually that this frost event spawned in, and yes, this will get us frozen because we do have wet applied, but we don't want to get frozen because we're still waiting for a Kappa to try and apply bloodlet, although it's a very rare chance for him to. But the good news is that our spaghetti sloth is about to apply his final mutation, or hopefully he doesn't skimp out and just not give it to us. So our spaghetti sloth is doing his thing. Let's see if we get pasta. Hopefully we do. Okay, interesting. He applied it to the carrot, which is actually fine. I'm going to go ahead and just pick him up then. And we're going to spawn in another Spinosaurus here. And that way they'll just eventually eat that off of this carrot and then move it over to our king cabbage. Oh, and look at that. We're getting acid rain as well. I almost forgot that acidic was a mutation that you can get as well. So this might be a good one. We can get this added onto our king cabbage. All right, let's see. Did we get acidic added onto this? Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. What about this over here? Nope. All right, well, at least we got to experience the acid rain, but we did not get the acid rain. Okay, well, we've been trying to have our Kappa apply bloodlet, and we have had no luck because, as you can see, it is not on here, but that wet mutation that we had just got turned to frozen from this frost event, so our Kappa ran out of time, and he's kind of useless now. So we're going to go ahead and pick him up, get him out of the way. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our next pet here, which is the new junk bot from the Albert Stuff admin event. So the junk bot will actually have a chance to apply the oil mutation onto your plants. So we're going to let him attempt to apply the oil mutation next. All right, just like I expected, we have a nighttime event, which means we don't have to actually use our Tanukis today because this should give us pretty much instant moonlit mutation on our king cabbage here. So let's just wait a second. Yep, there we go. Our king cabbage is now officially moonlit, which is another mutation done. All right, so I'm going to feed some toys to my pets here. So we got a toy on our corrupted kitsune, hopefully get corrupted chakra. I'm going to feed some to my Spinosauruses so they eat from this and move over pasta and tempestuous, hopefully. Let's see. Yep, perfect. We just got pasta and tempestuous, the exact ones we needed. So we can go ahead and pick up this carrot, and then we can go ahead and get rid of these Spinosauruses for now. I guess in the meantime, then, I'm going to spawn in a queen bee to finally help us get some faster cooldowns on all of our pets here. We'll spawn in one of these hot dog dash hounds here, and these guys will actually help with cooldowns as well with the queen bee. All right, we just got a double trouble mutation set done to our king cabbage. Both of our scarlets finally just applied corrupt and tranquil onto our king cabbage, so those are both done and out of the way finally. That took a couple hours there, but we can go ahead and pick both of these guys up now. So now it's pretty much just up to the junk bot to apply oil and these lobsters to apply meteoric, and our corrupt kitsune to apply corrupt chakra onto this thing so we can have harmonized chakra. But they did make some good progress. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is spawn in another hot dog dash hound here to help with cooldowns, and then I guess we'll spawn in one peacock as well. All right, we got some good news here. We got a heat wave event, but I guess this is also bad news because I literally can't get to the plant itself to put more tanning mirrors down inside of it. So hopefully it will hit still. I don't know. I guess we'll try and get as close as we can. Oh, okay, it just hit. We're good. We got it. Our king cabbage is now paradisal, which is a much better multiplier than just verdant itself. Okay, as you saw there for just a second, this carrot is actually lit up, and it is finally corrupt chakra. Dude, we've been waiting for these mutations for such a long time. It's been hours, and we finally just got corrupt chakra. We have not gotten meteoric or oil yet, dude. We're still waiting for these. It is taking forever. But since we did get corrupt chakra, I'm going to go ahead and pick up these carrots. I had them laid out, so we had more chances for corrupt chakra since it was taking forever. And then I'm going to go ahead and spawn in a Spinosaurus. So the Spinosaurus will eventually eat this corrupt chakra and then move that over to our king cabbage for that mutation to be added on there so we can get harmonized chakra. All right, so hopefully our Spinosaurus only eats the corrupt chakra from this carrot. I didn't realize we got pollinated from our queen bee. I've only had the queen bee out for cooldowns, but here we go. Please just eat the corrupt chakra. I've been waiting hours to get that one. And he ate the pollinated and he just put it right back onto the carrot. What is going on, dude? What is wrong with the pets today? I don't understand. Yo, we finally got meteoric added to the king cabbage. which took a very, very long time. So I actually thought that we maxed out on stackable mutations, because looking at the wiki, it says you can have up to 24 stackable mutations. I thought this thing was completely maxed out to the point we couldn't get any more mutations on it, but now I'm not very sure because we just got meteoric from our lobster added on to our king cabbage. Okay, he just did the same thing and reapplied pollinated again. Okay. I guess instead of the Spinosaurus, we might as well try the T-Rex, because our T-Rex will eat them and then spread them no matter what to multiple plants. I guess we can actually do like 2 T-Rexes and then maybe like 2 Spinosauruses just to guarantee that we can get corrupt chakra moved over. All right, our T-Rexes are about done with their cooldowns here. If they can't move this corrupt chakra over to our king cabbage, then I've kind of given up hope that we are able to get any more mutations on this thing at this point, because why is nothing going on to it anymore? So let's see if they actually eat and apply. Okay, there we go. We got corrupt chakra moved over finally, so this is good. We have harmonized chakra, so that is good. These guys are done with their business here, so I actually can just go ahead and pick up all of these because that's all we needed. All right, and that is pretty good. Now, we pretty much just have to get oil done and added, but this junk bot has literally failed like 30 times in the last however many hours I've been at this. I've been at this for almost 5 hours, dude. I give up on the oil, dude. My head is killing me, and I just can't keep going on listening to him say, grow a garden 5 million times. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pick him up. I am gonna go ahead and spawn in 2 raptors to attempt to get the amber mutation. These guys have been aging quite nicely. They have a better chance now to get us amber. Not the best, but much better than they were at. And let's go ahead and take a look at our king cabbage here. So this thing is up to 22 mutations, but if we separate some of these, like tempestuous would have 23 mutations, spaghetti would make us at 25 mutations, paradisal would be 26 mutations, and then harmonized chakra would be at 27 mutations. So if we're able to get amber, would be at 28 mutations, and if we actually did get oil and some of those other mutations like aurora, sandy into ceramic, and celestial, we would be way past 30 mutations, and this thing would be worth even more. But this is a good stopping point, so we're gonna pick this up. Let's see if we get amber. Okay, we did not get amber. That's unfortunate, but we do have this gigantic king cabbage here. So I can only imagine this thing will be worth a lot of money. Hopefully we can get over 1 trillion, but I guess we'll see. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see the value of this thing with Steven, and hopefully we get some good money for it. So Steven, what would you give us for this big king cabbage today? All right, so this thing is worth 197 billion. I honestly expected a lot more than that just because of how many mutations we got on it and because of the size of this thing. But honestly, that's not bad. But for this many mutations, I feel like that should be buffed a little bit. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Is this a good value for this big of a king cabbage with this many mutations, or should it be buffed and be worth more? But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with our pepper seed. Now, before we actually start with the pepper, we are going to go ahead and use our green bean here. So to do that, this guy will give us a 5 times multiplier for the size of our fruits, but for him to work, we do need to grow a beanstalk, which we still have our 1 beanstalk seed from when we did that video. So I'm gonna actually just plant that down really quick, and then over here my main account, I'm actually just gonna hit the grow all button just so we could save the time growing the beanstalk. I know it's green beanstalk doesn't take too long to grow, but we can also use a triceratops, but this will just save a little bit of time. All right, so now that we have our beanstalk in place with some beanstalks for our green bean to eat, that is done. He also makes some weird sounds. He does take 30 minutes, but we will get a 5 times fruit size bonus, and we can probably get a very, very, very big fruit. So we're going to go ahead and wait just a little bit for his cooldown to actually get a little bit lower, since he does take 30 minutes. And once those 30 minutes go by, we will get the plant start to grow. So I'm going to go ahead and just wait a little bit, and we're going to see how well this guy does his job. If we don't get that big of a pepper, then we might not use the green bean as much, but we're going to attempt to use him today, and hopefully he does us some justice. And you know what, to actually speed this up, I will use a queen bee, and that will save us like at least almost 15 minutes of time, and that will make this a lot easier. Or you know what, I could also use the mimic octopus, but actually the queen bee has a shorter cooldown, so we'll just use the queen bee, save about half the time here. So our queen bee's cooldown has gone down a little bit. I also spawned in another queen bee, so whenever this one is done, we can pick this one up and get this run ready for the butterfly to convert our plant to rainbow right away. So we should be good. I'm gonna go ahead and boost this queen bee that's already been cooling down for a while. And that brings us to about 5 minutes left, which should be about enough time to go ahead and plant our pepper seed here. We're going to go ahead and get our mooncats prepared. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and watering can this dragon pepper. Sorry, I keep saying dragon pepper, bro. It's just a regular pepper. It's not a dragon pepper. Maybe I'm reminiscing. I'm sorry. It's just a regular pepper today. All right, there we go. Our regular pepper is grown. Actually, the regular pepper, that grew in really fast. I did not expect that at all. I'm not going to lie. I thought this was going to take a lot longer, but okay. That was quick and easy. I kind of prepared a little earlier than I thought I was going to need, but that's good. But anyways, our queen bee in about 4 minutes will cool down our green bean, since our green bean has the longest cooldown timer right now, and that should give us a nice boost to this dragon pepper. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and get this dragon... Bro, I keep saying dragon pepper. Stop saying that, dude. It's a pepper. It's not a dragon pepper. So our queen bee will cool down our green bean. Our green bean will eat a beanstalk, and then the green bean will grow our pepper to be big. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to get this pepper plant to just chill on some mooncats to keep boosting it a little bit. So there's like 2 mooncats right here. We're going to use that for a nice little boost. And then we're going to keep moving this around. And then in just a second, I'm going to throw down all my sprinklers on it when the timer is about maybe like 20 seconds left. And then that green bean guy should really help us out get a even bigger pepper plant. So I don't know if the pepper honestly might be big enough to the point where it's bigger than this little vine that it sits on. That'd be cool. I really do hope we get a very big pepper. We need one. Oh wait, that's the sprinkler merchant. I haven't seen him in forever, dude. And we actually can use the spice sprinkler. It's actually perfect timing. I completely forgot that that's a thing. But again, let's just wait a second. But yeah, all these things combined, we should get a pretty big pepper. If we don't, I'm gonna be very disappointed. I forgot that this guy's a thing though. I thought he should sell like honey glazed sprinklers too, but I guess he stinks kind of badly. I don't know. Looks like we have one trying to grow in right there, but hopefully we get a big one. We need to get a big one, so we're gonna keep doing this, getting it some size buffs here, and then we have about 2 minutes left for that queen bee. I don't want this tiny little puny pepper on there. Can I delete this without deleting the entire plant, please? There we go. All right, mooncats, mooncats, mooncats. Where are you guys going? Hey, sleep right here. Sleep right here. All right, they're all spread out. I did not want that, but all right, I'll put it right there. That's a double mooncat right there. And we have how long on the queen bee? We have about a minute left. All right, we're gonna let this go. Okay, that should be decent enough. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. Let's get our sprinklers ready before we run out of time here. So I'm gonna do my grandmaster right there. Master, I need to buy some more of those. We're gonna do a godly, advanced, basic, and a spice. There we go. That's all of our sprinklers stacked on to this pepper, and in a second our green bean should be cooled down, and hopefully we get a big pepper to grow. I really hope we get a giant one. Huh? Wait, what just happened? I guess my queen bee bugged. All right, well, I guess our queen bee was goofy little guy and cooled down our other queen bee's pollination ability and not the green bean, even though the green bean I thought had a larger cooldown than all of them. Awesome, dude. But that just kind of ruined my timing with everything I just did with all the sprinklers and stuff. So we have this big one growing in, but I think we could have gotten this bigger if the green bean was able to do its thing. So I guess I'll let these keep running, but I'm gonna wait then for the green bean. I'm gonna give him a boost in a second, and hopefully we get a bigger pepper than this, but I will keep this one here just in case. But that's annoying that the queen bee's like, oh, I'm gonna cool down my other queen bee friend. I didn't want that, bro. Why would you do that? Anyways, I'll keep this one here. It's a pretty big pepper anyways, but I want the green bean because we can get a 5 times multiplier. So I guess I will spawn in an extra mooncat and get some more sprinklers ready on this account, since that failed. All right, so this time for real, we should be good. I gave a boost to my green bean. He only has a 2.5 minute cooldown now, and this actually bumps us up to a 6.58 times fruit bonus size, so that should help. So we're gonna go ahead, and we do still have some sprinklers here, but just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a couple more sprinklers so we can make sure we maximize this. I'm gonna go ahead and do another master sprinkler, basic, advanced, godly, grandmaster, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bring over here another spice sprinkler from my main account. Now, for real, the green bean will actually eat a beanstalk and then apply its ability, and we should get a pretty big pepper, hopefully. I also, in the meantime, while I was waiting and AFKing a little bit, my main account, I already had my kitsune actually spawned in. I forgot about it, and it actually applied chakra to this beanstalk. So since we already have this beanstalk here, we're gonna probably be using it from now on to get some bigger fruits in these videos. I'm gonna keep this beanstalk here, and we will use a Spino and a little bit to eat that and move it over. So we are good on the chakra mutation, but we might actually get another one applied in a second because that cooldown will be done in just another minute here. Okay, there's another pepper growing. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this one because that one's smaller already than that one. And I'm gonna pick up this small one in there. All right, there we go. That way we have a little bit more space for some big ones to grow in when our green bean does its stuff, does its magic in just a second here. All right, let's see it. He's gonna go eat a beanstalk now. Let's see what kind of pepper we get. Okay, he's doing something. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he just grew. Wait, hold on. That was it? Thought we were gonna get a bigger pepper than that. Oh, and we already have a rainbow pepper, but it's not as big, so I'm gonna pick that one up. So, okay. And we just got chakra again from the beanstalk. All right, well, I guess the one we already had was fine. I thought we were gonna maybe get a better one, but never mind. All right, well, we'll pick up that one. I guess we'll keep the one we had since that was kind of anticlimactic for the 30-minute wait. I thought we were gonna have a bigger pepper than that, but okay, that's fine. Thanks, green bean guy. Thanks so much for that, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in my butterfly before I forget because my queen bee's cooldown is almost done. Let's go ahead and get these sprays done on here. So we can have 5 mutations. The silver doesn't count. We do have chilled on there, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the honey glazed onto that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I guess put pollinated, shocked, and chocolate, and then in total now we have 6 mutations, but again the silver doesn't count, so that's good. I'm going to unfavorite that so the butterfly can do its magic, and then I'm going to give a toy to my queen bee to speed it up. Okay, and now we have rainbow applied to our peppers. So rainbow is done. We can go ahead and pick up our queen bee, pick up our butterfly, and then let's go ahead and redo all of our sprays now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put pollinated on this. I'll wait on the chilled spray. We'll do chocolate, we'll do shocked, and then we'll do honey glazed. Get this back on there. Oh wait, oh, there it is. It was bugging. All right, there you go. Now we have honey glaze back on it. Cool. All right, so that is 5 mutations, and then chakra will be 6. Let's go ahead and get our golden goose ready so we can get fortune going. And then usually we do apply fried and burnt, but since we get ceramic now, we don't even do those. We don't even need those anymore. So on our main account, we're going to go ahead and use some other sprays on here just to buff it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and apply cloud touched and verdant to save time on those. Anyways, we have our setup here. We are good. I'm going to go AFK for a second, so I'm just going to let the golden goose do its thing while I AFK for a second and lay an egg. And then when I get back, we'll start focusing on all of the other mutations and get a nice little setup going here. So I'll be right back. And we'll be back when we have our fortune egg. And then we also, again, have chakra. So we're set there. But anyways, BRB. All right, so I actually went AFK for a little bit, and when I went AFK, it looks like our golden goose laid its egg for us, so we have fortune ready. But it looks like we also had a sandstorm while I was AFK, so we have the sandy mutation already there. And I think we had a nighttime event. Yeah, we also had a nighttime event because it did hit that 4-hour mark, so we got moonlit. So yeah, some of the stuff just happened off camera. I was AFK, not thinking that all this is going to happen. When I was AFK, I was just eating dinner real quick, and then I was going to get the other mutations done. But okay, well, that's some stuff I guess we got done then. Okay, we did get moonlit directly on our pepper, which is good, but we did not get celestial, looks like, which we did have a star crawler in there, but it looks like no celestial event. So I guess to make this easier for our spinos, I'll just pick up these other, excuse me, by the way, I'm just gonna pick up these other moonlit beanstalks just so they're out of the way since we don't really need them. Let's go ahead though and get our other mutations going, and then we can get set up for a little bit of an AFK setup like we did last time. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in. Let's go ahead and get my pterodactyl ready here, the age 16 one, and the corrupt kid soon. And now that we have this beanstalk, we don't really need carrots, so I'll just leave these beanstalks here for them to apply mutations to. I guess I can get some extra carrots just in case. I'm also gonna go ahead and get my Raiju's ability out of the way. This guy I definitely will use a carrot for since he's pretty quick. I'm gonna go ahead and place a carrot down. I'm gonna get a shocked spray put on the carrot, and then he will eat this shocked carrot and then apply static to our pepper shortly, or one of our beanstalks. Doesn't really matter what he does as long as we get that applied to something. We can use spinos. So those are a couple of guys done, and then I think we'll go ahead and spawn in 4 disco bees so we can try to just get disco done and out of the way. I would spawn in the jackalopes, but we already got sandy while I was AFK, so we don't really need that. So that's 4 disco bees. We should definitely get disco done by one of those guys, and then we have one more pet slot we can use. So I think we don't need to use tanukis since we got moonlit. Who's someone that might be a little quick for us to get their abilities done? Let's do the lemon lion here. This guy can give us the brain rot mutation, and then we can get the peach wasp out and then do that. This guy's pretty quick though. He only has a 5-minute cooldown. He is boosted, but it's pretty much like a 5-7 minute cooldown or something like that to get brain rot, and then we can get the peach wasp. That's about a 25-minute cooldown, but that's another guaranteed mutation where we get plasma. So that will get these guys out of the way to get them done a little bit faster, get the fast guys out of the way, and then we will get the guys that take a long time put out shortly, so then they can do their thing while we AFK for a bit. All right, our lemon lion is about to apply the brain rot mutation for us. That's a guaranteed one again, so this should be pretty quick and easy to get done and out of the way. Let's see what he applies it to, though. He's getting a little out of range. It's scaring me. Hey, go back over there. Make sure you get it on something. There we go. Okay, we got it on the beanstalk. That works. The brain rot mutation actually looks really cool, too. I love the effect of it. It looks beautiful. It's so beautiful. I can't really view it, but yeah, it's on that one. You can see the effects going. So he is good. Lemon Lion, thank you for your service. I'm gonna go ahead and pick you up, and then we're gonna swap you out with the Peach Wasp, since that's our next guaranteed mutation to get Plasma. And then again, we're just gonna get Spinos at the very end to just move everything over. Also, the Peach Wasp has been like, it doesn't have an animation. It kind of just glides like this in the ground. I don't know what's wrong with him. Pretty terrifying. I don't like the way that looks. It scares me, okay? We're not gonna mind that. So in the next minute here, our Pterodactyl is going to apply Windstruck, and hopefully we'll get one with Tempestuous, and then our Raiju is going to eat that shocked carrot right here and apply Static, so that'll be another couple of mutations done. Pterodactyl is about to do its thing here, so let's get that Tempestuous mutation, please. Wow. Surprisingly, for the first time, he did not give us Tempestuous right away, which usually never happens. Usually we get it, but that's fine. The Raiju is giving us Static directly onto the Pepper, so that works. So the Raiju's at least done. The Pterodactyl, we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer because we did not get Tempestuous, but that is fine. I'm also gonna delete that Pepper there. But we did get it directly added, the Static mutation directly added to this Pepper, so that is good. We're gonna wait for that Pterodactyl to go down another cooldown, and then we'll get Tempestuous done. So Raiju's good. We can go ahead and pick him up, get him out of the way, and our Disco Bees should hopefully give us Disco in the next minute. So I think now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I wanted to spawn in my gnome, but maybe I should spawn in something else with a little bit of a higher percent. I will start with the Spaghetti Sloth since he takes a while. We have to get aromatic, pasta, meatballs, and sauce from this guy, so we might as well spawn him in to get him started, and that will take up that extra space here, and then we will probably swap these Disco Bees out for some chicken zombies. Also, look at this dude. Tornado spawning in close. I mean, it doesn't really matter if they hit or not. We have this guy who should give us Tempestuous in a second. All right, so I'm gonna boost this Disco Bee again if these other three for some reason all fail. I don't think they all will fail. We should at least get one of these guys to give us Disco, but if they all fail, I'll redo them, giving this guy another toy. Okay, first one failed. What about the second one? Failed. Okay, if the third one fails, I didn't think they would all fail, but if he fails too, then I'll reboost. GG. Failed. Wow, they all failed. I thought we'd at least get one of them. All right, well, GG. Hey, buddy, stop moving. Okay, there we go. Hey, give me that Disco. There we go. We got Disco on the beanstalk. Of course, it's the one that ran out of his toy early is the one to give it to us, but he came in clutch. We're good. Anyways, our Disco Bees are done. So let's go ahead and pick up all these guys here. And next up, we'll go ahead and spawn in our chicken zombies. We're going to do 4 of these guys since we did 4 of the Disco Bees, and then one of these guys should definitely give us zombified. They have a 26% chance, so I think boosted they're a little bit higher than the Disco Bees, so we should easily get zombified done. I would hope we don't fail again. I don't think we will, but you never know with these guys. They like to do their own thing sometimes. All right, but anyways, I'll be right back for a couple minutes while we wait for these guys to finish their cooldowns, and then we'll swap some new pets out. Whoa, dude, I was checking my phone for a second, and my corrupt Kitsune just started shooting stuff out, and then it looks like my Pterodactyl just did as well. I wasn't ready for all that, but oh, and the Peach Wasp just stung my Pterodactyl again, but I didn't need that. But anyways, Pterodactyl and Corrupt Kitsune are done. It looks like we did get Corrupt Chakra done. It's not on here, but it was applied to something. I know it was applied to this egg, and then a couple of these, I believe. Some of these beanstalks. I'm gonna unfavorite this, by the way. That one has Brain Run Disco. This one has Corrupt Chakra. Okay, and then one of these beanstalks got Tempestuous added onto it. I don't know which one. Oh, this one, the sandy one. Okay, so that's perfect. That is 2 more mutations done, excuse me. And we can go ahead and swap those guys out now for some new pets since those mutations are done. So I think I'm going to go ahead and... Sorry, I'm readjusting in my chair. I probably sounded weird. Anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and spawn in our... I guess our Spriggan, so we can try to get Bloom done since he has a decent chance. And then I'm also going to spawn in our Gnome, since our Gnome, we can boost with the toy, and we also have all of these Gnome toys or cosmetics now in our garden. So we should be able to get Gnomic done pretty easy, and also maybe Bloom done. And that way we can get ready for our ultimate AFK setup. So once these guys do their thing, we can swap out the Peach Wasp, the Chicken Zombies, and then hopefully we get Bloom or Gnomic. So then we can swap out and get ready for our AFK grind of all those pets that take forever. Bro, I'm really slow right now. I'm sorry. I'm like doing so many things at once while I'm recording this video. I know it's very unprofessional of me. I'm so sorry, but that's also delicious and unprofessional. But anyways, we did get Meatball just now on one of our beanstalks. I just saw it right here. Here we go. Meatball, done. Thank you so much, Spaghetti Sloth, for your service. So now we just need Sauce Pasta and him to give us the aromatic mutation from his shard, and that will be perfect. So we're doing good. We're getting lots of mutations done, and our Spinos will have a great time moving them all over to our big one here. In the meantime, let me just check our pets here. So our Gnome is almost done with its cooldown. We're gonna go ahead and give it a toy and see if we can get a chance at getting Gnomic done. That goes down to a minute, and okay, it's only 1.28% chance, but it does give these cosmetics a 1.28% chance as well. So again, we have 11 of them, and then that 0.28 gets multiplied 11 times as well. This guy's got like a 14% chance now or something like that. I don't know. I'm just doing some quick math, but not the best still, but there's potential. Definitely better than that 1% chance. If he does it the first try too, that will be amazing. I'll love this guy forever, but I don't know if he will. Let's see if we get Gnomic done. I'm kind of doubting it. Okay. Or gnome, not gnomic, but yeah, I doubted it, and my doubt was correct, I guess. Yeah, so now we have to wait for these chicken zombies. Our peach wasp has about 5 minutes on that plasma cooldown as well. Also, but the peach wasp might sting one of our chicken zombies and speed this up a little bit, or the junk bot, so we'll see what he stings. What do you got to sting, buddy? You're still kind of just sitting here doing nothing. I'll go ahead and just boost you here. Oh, there we go. That makes it go faster. Hello? Bro's going on an adventure over there. You good? All right, well, he applied plasma to the beanstalk. It looks like he's stinging a pet now. He's chasing my chicken zombie down. Okay, that boosts him by a minute. But yeah, we did get plasma done up here, so that is perfect. Another mutation is down. Another pet is good. We can go ahead and get rid of our peach wasp now, and then our chicken zombies. One is about to do its thing. Let's see if we get it on the first shot. If we don't, we only have a minute for the rest. So let's just take a look here. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, the first one just applied zombified to beanstalk, so I kind of wasted toys on all the other ones, but you never know. Just in case, we can get all those done and pick up that one as well. All right, so more pets are done, I guess, since we have some extra slots here. Maybe we'll do the gnome again. See if we get gnomic done or gnomed done or whatever it's called. Yeah, I guess I'll throw him in there, and I'll throw the griffin in there as well just to see if we can get Cyclonic done and mix that with Tempestuous, we can get Maelstrom done. I gotta go use the little boys room, so I'm gonna go AFK while these guys try to do something. If we get Gnomed done, or if we get Oil done, or if we get Bloom done, then I think we should be good. We can swap one of these guys out, and then we'll be ready for our AFK full grind. I guess, you know what, might as well spawn in our other pets instead of just waiting. So I will get some lobsters in here, and I will get our one Tranquil Scarlet ready, and then we'll get our Corrupt Scarlet ready in just a second. But these are pretty much the AFK pets anyways, so we just got to replace one of them with the Corrupt Scarlet. I think we'll be good after that. All right, so I just got back from being AFK. We're gonna see what mutations we got while we were BRB. So first off, it looks like we did get Bloom and Molten done, which is good. But since we got that Bloom done, we can go ahead and pick up our Spriggan pet here. We also got Sauce, so we just need to get Pasta now if we didn't get that. Okay, we got Ceramic done, which is good, so we'll get that moved over shortly. Okay, Aromatics done, and we got Tempestuous earlier, so that's good. Okay, we did get Oil, so we can go ahead and pick up Junk Bot as well, which is good. Then we can pick up our, yes, we did get Pasta, perfect. So we have Pasta, Sauce, and Meatball. We can go ahead, and we got Aromatics. We can go ahead and pick up our Spaghetti Sloth. We did get Cyclonic, so our Griffin is done with his mutation as well. But I don't see Tranquil, and I don't see Meteoric still. We did get Molten, and it looks like we did not get Gnomed. For the most part, we got a lot of progress done, but we're still missing quite a few mutations here. So I think what we should go ahead and do, though, then is we're going to wait for these lobsters to still apply Meteoric. We got to wait for this Tranquil Scarlet to apply Tranquil for us, and then we still need Gnomed. So I'm going to go ahead and give my Gnome a boost here to see if we can get it in the next go about. All right, that will drop his cooldown to 50 seconds. And then while we do that, we're going to go ahead and spawn in our Corrupt. Not this guy. Where's our Corrupt Scarlet? Here we go. We're going to spawn in our Corrupt Scarlet. So that will take up a slot. And then we're going to go ahead and spawn in 3 of our Spinosaurus. Actually, you know what? Before we spawn in the Spinos, let's go ahead and work on getting Warped and Rot done real quick, because that will speed up some progress for us as well. So let's go ahead and get some Sugar Apple Seeds here. I'm going to go ahead and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And with that, I am going to spawn in real quick my Mandrakes. So I'm going to go ahead and plant some of these. Oh, we just got Gnome done. Perfect. Okay, that literally just worked out for us. So gnomed was applied to one of these beanstalks. Right, there we go. There's gnomed. So we can actually go ahead and get our gnome out of the way, and we got our mandrakes. So I'm gonna go ahead and water these. Let's go ahead and put an advanced sprinkler down as well to speed this up a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna try to get rot real quick, and then we're gonna try to get warped from our apple gazelle. So let's see if we can get rot, and this just became frozen, but I will put some carrots down and see if we can get a kappa to give us bloodlet in a little bit. Let me also boost my mandrakes to make this a little bit easier, just so I don't run out. Come on, give us that rot mutation. There we go. We got rot applied to a beanstalk, so we're good. Perfect. So that works for us there. So we can actually go ahead and pick up all of these mandrakes. And then we're gonna go ahead and get these sugar apples to grow in. Actually, I'm just gonna use my main account to grow all these, so I'll speed this up a little bit for us. But with that, I'm gonna spawn in my apple gazelle here. All right, main account is gonna go ahead and purchase the grow all button for us. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and see now if we can get the warp mutation done. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up these sugar apples. Oh, that was quick. We got warped already. Perfect. Which one was that even on? This one right here. Okay, perfect. So we have this one warped, so I can go ahead and reclaim these other sugar apple trees. And we will have our Spino move that over. So we should be good. We're good with this apple gazelle pet. I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up. And now we just gotta wait for corrupt, tranquil, and meteoric, and then we'll be good. I'm gonna go ahead and boost these lobsters real quick to see if we can get meteoric done a little bit faster. And then in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in my Spinosauruses here. Let's go ahead and spawn in, I guess, these mega ones, because they're a little bit older in age. They can do a little bit more fruits at once. And I guess because we have these older ones, I'm gonna pick up my younger one here, and I'm actually going to spawn in 2 kappas to attempt to get bloodlet while we AFK a little bit longer. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in some carrot seeds. And that way, I guess I can spawn like 1 here and 1 here. And that way I can try to get bloodlet while I'm AFK. I don't know if we'll get it, but that will help at least try and get us bloodlet so we can get another mutation done. But other than that, we just need to get corrupt, tranquil, and then meteoric from these lobsters. And then these spinos, in the meantime, we'll be moving over every single mutation that we have on all of our other plants, mostly on our beanstalks, then on our golden egg, and then also our warped sugar apple. And they should be moving all that over to our dragon pepper. Real quick, let's see if this other lobster gives us meteoric. And if it doesn't, we're just going to go AFK from there, but we'll see. Oh, look at that. We got meteoric done and applied to pepper. That actually really worked out perfectly. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick up both of these lobsters, and we can go ahead and put the other 2 Spinosauruses down that we have. It looks like we have a pretty good setup, so now we can just AFK, and when we get back, we should have a pepper here with pretty much every single mutation on it, and hopefully we'll get bloodlet done as well. So we'll be back. It's time to AFK for like another hour or 2. All right, it looks like our pepper is ready to be checked out and check out the value of it. We got all the mutations moved over from the Spinos within about an hour, and we got the rest of the mutations that we needed, including tranquil and corrupt. And as you can see here, our pepper has all of these mutations on it, and we actually finally got bloodlet this time. It seems if we just let the kappas kind of chill for a little bit and have a bunch of plants to work with, they'll eventually get a carrot or something bloodlet. So we'll make sure that we keep doing that from now on so we can get bloodlet and get that extra mutation. Now, the ones that we are currently missing from the vanilla game and without any admin help would be Aurora, Eclipsed, Acidic, and Celestial. I have not gotten a Celestial event in a while. I mean, whenever I play this game, I haven't seen one. I probably just haven't been on at the right times, but they seem to be even more rare lately. But if we were to wait probably like another day of just AFKing, we could probably get these last 4, but I don't know if it's worth waiting that long for just another 4 mutations. And I guess the final one also that we need is Amber, which we should have a much better chance to get because our friend helped us and traded us to give us all these raptors. So shout out again one more time to another guy, 156, for giving me all these raptors. I only had 2 of them, but now we have 6 more from him. We have an army of 8 raptors, which is perfect to increase our Amber chances. Oh, look at this, dude. The raptors actually make us insanely fast. But anyways, if we take a look at our mutations here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 mutations on it. And if we split some of these up like spaghetti, we'd have 32. Maelstrom, we'd have about 34. Gloom, we would have 35. Paradisal, we'd have about 36. Frozen, 37. Ceramic would be about 39. And Harmonized Chakra would bring us to about 40. So this is the first time we've had about 40 mutations applied to our pepper, and we'd be going up to about 41 if we get Amber, which I'm going to go ahead and boost a bunch of these raptors here to hopefully give us a better chance at getting the Amber mutation today. So I think we should be able to get it pretty easy, and without further ado, let's go ahead and pick up our pepper.
Nope.
Okay, surprisingly, we did not get amber. I'm actually really shocked because we have so many raptors spawned in. And with all these adding up, we probably are at least over 20% now. But I guess that's still not 100%. But that's fine. At least we have a better chance to get it now in the future. So here is our pepper with all the mutations in all of its glory. We're going to go ahead and check the value of this thing with Steven and see how much this pepper is worth. So Steven, what are we looking at today, man? All right, so this pepper is worth 102 billion, which isn't the best, but the pepper isn't one of the best fruits in the game. So honestly, I will take 102 billion for a pepper. And the other thing is we could have definitely gotten this thing bigger and probably would have boosted it up into the 200 or 300 billion mark, maybe even more than that. I don't know why our green bean didn't really give us a good enough boost for the one that grew in, but that is fine. This pepper still looks awesome. We still have a ton of mutations on it, and this was a fun one to do. I really like the pepper in the game. It makes me reminisce back to the first video of the dragon pepper. So thank you guys for recommending this one. It's been a lot of fun. But anyways, with all that effort, hopefully this thing will grow in pretty good and we'll get a really good taco fern to sprout. So let's go ahead and get started and get prepared to grow our taco fern. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in 7 mooncats here. We're going to spawn in our triceratops, and then we're going to get our sprinklers ready. So we have a grandmaster sprinkler we're going to use. We're going to put that right there. And then we're going to stack on top of that a master, a godly, advanced, and basic. And then we're going to put the taco fern right inside of there. All of our cats are sleeping over here, though. Hold on. All right, I'm going to put the taco fern right in here, just so we can get multiple moon cats to grow on it, which I think right here is about 3 of them. All right, that should be good. Let's go ahead and move that back in here by the sprinklers, and that should give us hopefully a pretty big taco fern. I almost just died by lightning. It almost just struck me. All right, so this thing's only at 1%. I guess we can buy some watering cans to get this process sped up a little bit. Oh, wow, that actually made it jump up. I don't know why the watering cans, like, unstuck the progress. So now it's at 39%. Let's spam our watering cans on it some more. Let's see what that gets it to. All right, we're up to 55%. Pretty good. Let's see what the triceratops does. I don't know how big this thing's going to be. Oh, okay. Well, he just smacked it, and now it's at 99%. However, how did the tacos grow on this thing? All right. It's been smacked. I think that made good progress. I don't know. This still looks kind of small. All right. So our triceratops just again hit our taco fern, but this looks pretty small. I'm not gonna lie. So what I think I'm gonna do real quick is let me get my main account over here. I'm gonna hit grow all, get these picked up, and then I'm gonna try to get bigger ones because I don't think these are going to be big enough. So let me grow all real quick. Let me pick that up. Let's try this again. So I'm gonna do another grandmaster right here. We're gonna do another regular master, godly, advanced, and basic. I guess I'll trowel it real quick into these guys. Let their mooncat abilities make it hopefully get big. All right, then we're gonna move it back, and I'm just gonna wait a little bit and see what kind of size we get for the next one, and hopefully this next time around it's much bigger than that. This is not nearly as big as we can get this thing. I know it. So yeah, like, see, like, that's probably a little bit better, I think. All right, so this taco fern looks much better than this one. This one's like only like a 2-piece taco fern. This one has like multiple pieces, so I don't know if that really matters, but this one's still pretty big. So I think we're good here on the size. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all these mooncats so they stop meowing in my ears, and then we're gonna go over to our sprays, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this windstruck because we have pterodactyls, so this will just be a free mutation to convert this thing to rainbow. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this windstruck on there. We're gonna apply this chocolate on there, shocked, and pollinated, and then we have honey sprinkler, so I'll just use one of these honey glaze sprays, and then that should bring us to 5 mutations. It's technically gold does not count towards getting rainbow, so we have our other 5 mutations that will count now. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in our queen bee here to start her cooldown for our butterfly, and that way the queen bee has about 7 minutes less of a cooldown. She'll cool down, make our butterfly's cooldown go to 0, and then our butterfly will convert this taco fern to rainbow. And then in the meantime, over here on my main account, I'm also going to spawn a queen bee over there, and then also my kitsune pet. So that way the kitsune will steal this eventually, and then apply foxfire chakra or normal chakra, or even both. All right, well, anyways, I'll be right back. We're gonna wait till this thing gets rainbow. All right, our queen bee's cooldown is done. She is now giving her cooldown powers to the butterfly, and the butterfly is gonna take our mutations from this taco fern and convert it to rainbow, because rainbow is such a better multiplier than gold, so this will give us some more money in the end. All right, so we're good here. These pets are good. We don't need them right now. And now that this thing is rainbow, we can go ahead and reapply all those sprays. So we're going to go ahead and put our pollinated back onto there. We'll put our shocked back onto there. We also have a burnt spray, honey glazed. Oh, okay. I didn't expect that. We have fried, and then we also have chocolate. So there we go. We have 9 mutations applied. We still have more. Hold on. So then over here, my main account, I'm going to apply the Cloud Touch spray, and then I'm also going to apply Verdant, and I'll also apply Wet. So now we already have all these mutations from just sprays, but the reason when we did Verdant is so we can get that converted to Paradisal as soon as there's a heat wave. So that'll save us some time. And then we also got Wet, so then we can use our Kappas to convert Wet into Bloodlet. So that'll save us some time there as well. Then next up, we have to just wait for our Kitsune to cool down, and then that will apply Chakra. So this brings us up to 10 mutations. Once the Kitsune comes over, we'll have 11. And now we can start working on some of our other mutations from our pet. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in 2 Disco Bees so we can work on getting the Disco mutation applied. I'm going to spawn in the Corrupted Kitsune so we can get Corrupt Chakra or Corrupt Foxfire Chakra. We'll also go ahead and place down 2 Kappas so we can get this thing to turn Bloodlet. All right, and then I guess we'll go ahead and spawn in 2 Chicken Zombies to attempt to get zombified. And then so we can get one of our pets done and out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my Raiju here. Or actually, before I spawn him in, I'm going to buy a carrot seed. I'm also going to favorite this just so I don't accidentally touch that. We're going to plant the carrot seed. We're going to spray the shocked spray onto it. And then we're going to spawn in my Raiju. And my Raiju will eat the shocked carrot and then apply static to our Taco Fern. This will be our pet lineup for now. All right, some of our pet cooldowns are done here. So our Raiju is going to eat that shocked carrot back there now. Look at him charge it. All right, and now he's going to apply static. We got our Disco Bee doing something, and we got Disco done. That is 3 pets we can move out of the way. So our Disco Bees are done here, and our Raiju is also done. And now we do have Disco and static applied to our Taco Fern, which is awesome. So I think I'm going to next get out my Spaghetti Sloth, because this guy is pretty much guaranteed 3 mutations to get Spaghetti. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn him in so we can get that done and out of the way. I guess I'll go ahead and spawn in our Corrupted and Tranquil Scarlets because we do need to get Corrupt and Tranquil on our Taco Fern. So I'm gonna spawn these guys in because they have those mutations on them. And they do have like 25-minute cooldowns. So I'm really hoping that we can get these ones done and out of the way. All right, our Chicken Zombie just applied Zombified to our Taco Fern, so that is another pet done and out of the way. All right, so I guess the next pet we would spawn in is the Tanuki to try to get Moonlit, but I am wanting to try and get this thing Bloodlit first. The only thing is the Tanuki can't give us Moonlit, which is fine. However, the Kappas, they're trying to give us Bloodlit at the moment, which we need the Wet mutation for, and the Tanukis can possibly make this frozen, and if it's frozen, then we can no longer get Bloodlit. So we're going to try and wait for the Kappas to do their thing, and I guess in the meantime, we will just go ahead and spawn in our Pterodactyls here so we can try to get Tempestuous done and out of the way. All right, I'm going to experiment and see if I give our Corrupt Kitsune a medium and small pet toy, if it will increase our chances of getting Corrupt Foxfire Chakra. So let's go ahead and see. He's kind of moving. It's actually going to make the cooldown instant once I do the medium, but try to be quick. All right, see? Okay, I actually just did nothing, and it made his cooldown go, but the boost didn't help us even get the regular Corrupt Chakra. There we go. We got Chakra applied to our Taco Fern. That looks kind of scary. All right, Spaghetti Sloth, what are you going to give us first? It doesn't really matter because he's going to give us everything over time anyways. He's got to crawl his way all the way to the Taco Fern. Come on, you can make it. All right, Meatball is number 1. So now we just need to wait for him to give us sauce and pasta. I guess to increase our chances, by the way, I do have 13 gourmet eggs, so I am going to place these down so we can maybe get more Spaghetti Sloths. Oh, Pterodactyl applied Windstruck, and first times the charm, we got Tempestuous added to our Taco Fern, which is perfect. The rest of our pets here, we got to wait for these Kappas to give us Bloodlit. Our Spaghetti Sloth is still being slow, of course, and then these guys need to give us Corrupt and Tranquil. All right, we have a sandstorm going on right now. I'm going to try and move our Taco Fern over here to the corner and see if maybe for the first time in our lives we can get Sandy on one of these things, dude. It's been a struggle to ever get Sandy. I don't know if the Grandmaster Sprinkler would help at all for trying to get the Sandy mutation. I think that's, again, just for, like, Rainbow and Gold. And it looked like it got Sandy for a second, but it didn't. I thought I saw an effect down here that looked like it would be Sandy, but no. Our luck is terrible. I'm going to move this back over here and be sad now that we didn't get Sandy. All right, so our sloth just applied pasta to our taco fern now. So now this thing has meatball and pasta. So now we just got to get him to apply sauce, and then we will have this thing turned to spaghetti. These Kappas are still struggling. Our Corrupted Kitsune is still struggling, and we're also still waiting for Tranquil and Corrupted to hopefully get applied from these two Scarlets we have with those mutations on them. We're struggling a little bit on these mutations. I really hope that we can get some cool events to happen, like another Sandstorm, so we can actually get Sandy. Okay, well, with all of our efforts trying to get our Taco Fern to turn Bloodlet from our Kappas did not give us Bloodlet. And then, of course, we get a Frost weather event. So now we can't get Bloodlet because we can't put Wetback on it since this is already frozen. But I wish there was a better way to get Bloodlet besides waiting for the event and this Kappa. I guess we will spawn in then our Tanukis to try and get us Moonlit since our Kappas failed us. All right, our Spaghetti Sloth just applied sauce to our Taco Fern, which means this thing is officially spaghettied. So now we have a Spaghetti Taco Fern. So our Spaghetti Sloth has done his service. He is done here with his work today. We can go and pick him up. And now we just gotta wait for these Tanukis to give us Moonlit, and for this guy to give us Corrupt, and for this guy to give us Corrupt Chakra. And hopefully while we wait for all this, we'll get some more events. There could possibly be a nighttime event in 3 minutes if it happens every 4 hours like it normally has. All right, I guess I got big brain power, and the only reason I know that night events happen every 4 hours is because there's a Grow Garden bot that tells you like when events and seeds and stuff are in the shop. So if you want to have access to that bot, you can join my Discord server, discord.com/invite/bandites, or just click the link in the description. That's much easier. And there's a Grow Garden channel, and you can get access to all the events and cool things. Anyways, that's how I know that usually night events happen every 4 hours, which now we have Moonlit done, and we can get rid of these Tanukis because they are good. They have done their job. Not really, they didn't do anything for us, but yeah. Anyways, we're gonna let our raptors level up a little bit here. I think I do have some treats for them. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna try to get these guys to level up a little bit faster, so that way we can have higher amber chances for them. All right, so I just got back after about an hour of AFKing. Let's see what has happened since we were gone. Let's go ahead and check our big Taco Fern here. So it looks like we did finally get Corrupt added onto this thing after about an hour, so that's good. Did we get anything else to happen? It looks like we didn't get any Sandy, any events. We just have Moonlit. We didn't get Celestial. We didn't get a heat wave. So wow, our luck was bad for events. And it also looks like we still have not gotten harmonized chakra. We still just have regular chakra. So our Corrupted Kitsune here is not doing very good for us, it looks like, but we can go ahead and pick up our other Corrupt Scarlet there. We can keep our Mimic Octopus and our Corrupt Kitsune. Okay, so our Mimic Octopus finally, like, mimicked our Corrupt Kitsune, even though our Corrupt Kitsune hasn't done anything for us. The Mimic Octopus actually clutched for us and got us that Harmonized Chakra done. So with that, we are done with all of our pet mutations. We are up to 19 mutations on our Taco Fern. However, if we do separate some of these, like Tempestuous, we'd be up to 20. Spaghetti would be up to 22. And Harmonized Chakra would bring us up to 24. So we do have like 24 mutations on this. The only things we're missing is Celestial, Aurora, Sandy, and a Heat Wave to actually get that Verdant to become Paradisal. And then I guess the other last thing that we're missing is Amber. And those are pretty much all the legit mutations that we could get on this. And that wouldn't include any of the admin ones, of course, but those are the few of the legit ones that we're actually missing. But besides that, this thing is pretty much good. I think I'm going to try it to see what the value is of it, and we're going to use our raptors here to hopefully get Amber. So hopefully this time we'll get Amber applied so we can have an extra mutation done and added onto our Taco Fern. So without further ado, raptors, please help. All right, let's try this out. All right, we picked it up. Did we get Amber on it? I can't tell. So yeah, I guess we didn't get Amber. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just check the value of our Taco Fern here, and hopefully it's worth a lot. I mean, this thing I feel like could have been a little bit bigger, and maybe we could have got some of the other legit mutations and, you know, not including the admin ones to make this more. I feel like we might have gotten a pretty good one here, and it should be worth a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and check with our boy Steven here and see what this Taco Fern is worth. So Steven, what are we looking at today for the Taco Fern? Okay, so this thing is worth 46 billion. And again, it's not even that big of one. I definitely think we could have gotten a bigger one. It doesn't even look like a taco or anything at this point. But you guys will be happy to know that I did finally get a pancake stack. So this should help my mooncats actually surround the new Romanesco and help us get a big growth from it. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to go ahead and place down our Grandmaster Sprinkler, Master, Godly, Advanced, Basic, and then we're going to place our Romanesco seed down right in that mix. We're going to go ahead and spawn our Mooncats here because I believe the Mooncats should actually help affect this and help it grow faster. And then with that, we're going to also spawn in our Triceratops to help speed up the growth a little bit. And I also am going to go ahead and use some... I don't have watering cans. Wow, this is a first. I don't want to do that watermelon, bro. Get that out. All right, well, no worries because I do have my main account here. So I'm going to bring my main account over and I'm going to use my main account to watering can the Romanesco to hopefully get it to sprout up a lot faster. All right, we got some Mooncats. The pancake stack is definitely helping. They're all in this area right here. And our Romanesco is growing a little bit faster with all those watering cans. I'm going to move this into the Mooncats just a little bit closer. All right, so we use all of our watering cans. I'm going to have to buy some more, but our Triceratops should definitely help with getting this to fully grow. But the watering cans is just to speed up the process a little bit. We're going to throw some more watering cans on it. And that is pretty much all we have for now. So our Triceratops will hopefully do the rest of the work here. It just seems like it grows a little bit faster than some other plants. So I think we only need our Triceratops to hit it one time. And I think that should be enough for it to fully grow in. All right, so while we wait for that, I do want to say we can actually get the Sandy mutation pretty easily now because I do have the new Jackalope pet. There's also a new pet that you can use to get the new blue mutation. Spriggan, I believe it's called. This guy will give you the new blue mutation on plants. And then we also opened up a golden goose in one of the eggs. And this guy can give you the new fortune mutation. He has a chance to hatch your seed and it will start out with the fortune mutation, almost like how rainbow and gold can spawn in on a fruit when you first grow it in. This guy pretty much sort of does that, but he gives you a fortune seed. You can plant that, you'll have fortune mutation on it, and if you sell it, it will give you a chance to actually have your other plants grow fortune on them. So this guy will come in clutch at the very end of the video. All right, there we go. Our Romanesco is at 100% grown, so it's pretty much done. Our Mooncats should all start sleeping over here, hopefully on top of it, so we can get some bigger Romanesco plant done, maybe. Let's just wait this minute. Let's see what kind of size we get on this thing. Hopefully it's a big one. Hopefully it's valuable, and hopefully we make some good money on this. All right, what do we got here, buddy? Go ahead and smack that thing. Oh, it's ready. That's a pretty big Romanesco. I didn't think it was gonna be that big. Good job, team. And pick all these guys up. All right, well, we're good here. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply some sprays to this thing so we can get 5 mutations on it, and then we can get this thing converted to rainbow. So let's go ahead and put shocked on it, honey glazed, pollinated. We have a ton of cloud touch, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a cloud touch, chocolate, and there we go. We have our 5 mutations, and with that, I'm gonna spawn in my queen bee, and I'm also going to spawn in my butterfly. The queen bee in just a few will cool down my butterfly, and then the butterfly will convert these 5 mutations to rainbow on our Romanesco, and then we can start gathering the actual mutations that we need. So we're gonna let that happen. Take about 17 minutes, but with a boost, it should be about, yeah, 13 minutes. And then on my main account over here, I'm going to spawn in a queen bee over here as well, and we're gonna spawn in my kitsune. This queen bee will cool down this kitsune. It'll steal the Romanesco, and we'll get chakra applied to it. So that should be an extra mutation within 20 minutes after we get rainbow done. So we're gonna BRB for just a second, and we'll come back when we have rainbow. All right, it's time to get to work. Our queen bee's cooldown is about done, so she is finally going to cool down our butterfly, and our butterfly will give us rainbow. There we go. We now have rainbow on the Romanesco, so we are good to go. We can pick up this butterfly and this queen bee, and we can go ahead and favorite this Romanesco plant so we don't accidentally pick it up. And let's go ahead and get some sprays applied back to it. So we're going to put burnt on it, shocked, fried, verdant, pollinated, cloud touch, chocolate, and honey glazed, which brings us to 9 mutations. So on our main account, I'm going to go ahead and apply the wet mutation onto this so we can easily get this thing to clay and then ceramic. I'm also going to go ahead and apply the new bloom spray, which I do have the pet to apply bloom, but since I have some sprays, we might as well save some time and apply this. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in the new Jackalope pets here. I'm gonna spawn in 2 of them to attempt to give us sandy on this thing so we can go ahead and get clay and then start working towards getting ceramic. So these guys every about minute and a half have a 15% chance to apply sandy mutation. So that's actually a pretty good pet to have. So there we go. These guys are gonna start doing their thing. We're also gonna spawn in 2 of our lobsters to attempt to give us molten and meteoric. We're also gonna go ahead and spawn in 2 disco bees to start working on getting us the disco mutation. And then let me see. We have so many pets to work with now. It's actually crazy. I guess I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my Corrupt Kitsune, and then I'll spawn in the Raiju here. Whenever the Raiju's cooldown is almost done, we're going to plant a carrot seed down for him, and we're going to put shocked mutation on it, so that way he'll eat it, and then apply the static mutation to our Romanesco. All right, both failed. That's fine. Their cooldowns are so low that it doesn't really matter. So we're going to wait just a second for those guys to apply Sandy, and then we'll swap them out. We're also going to wait for our Kitsune over here. And I guess to speed this up a little bit, I'm going to give these jackalopes some toys just so they have a boost. Anyways, let's go ahead and watch the magic happen real quick. So where's my Kitsune? Hello? Oh, also, I know people are going to be like, oh, Bandites, look, there's a new silver mutation. It's just like gold, where you can't have gold and rainbow. You also can't have silver in rainbow. Rainbow is still the best out of the growth mutation. So, yeah, we're not using that right now, okay? Anyways, here we go. Simon, our Kitsune, is going to steal our Romanesco now. And we got Foxfire Chakra today. Let's go, dude. That's a better mutation there. So if we can get our Corrupt Kitsune to give us Foxfire Corrupt Chakra, then we can get Harmonized Foxfire Chakra, and then we will make like 130 times multiplier on this. One of the best mutations you can get. So now, once the Raiju is done, in 50 seconds with its cooldown, it will eat this and then puke it up onto our Romanesco and give us the static mutation. And also, look at that, we just got a heat wave, so this should give us Paradisal. And if these jackrabbits hurry up, dude, then we could easily get ceramic done right now. All right, jackrabbits, please give us Sandy. We got to get this done. We got to get ceramic done. We have a chance here, but you guys have to speed it up a little bit. All right, let's see. Sandy? Sandy? Yes. No. Yes, yes. Okay, we got it on both. All right, perfect. Thank you, jackalopes. We're good there. I'm gonna real quick bring my main account back in here and apply another wet spray so we can get... Okay, sorry, there's a lot going on. All right. Raiju struck this with static. That's good. We have another mutation done. We have Sandy done. I'm gonna real quick pick this Raiju up. We're gonna get my main account back into the game so he can apply the wet mutation, and then we can easily get... Oh, wait, we already got ceramic. Never mind. We don't even need him. What happened? We had wet? I don't even know how we got ceramic. I don't know what he just... What did he take? We're fine. We're fine. We have ceramic. We're good. So yeah, now we have ceramic. We have Paradisal. We finally got ceramic and Foxfire Chakra. 2 new mutations that we've like literally never gotten before in the series. So that's good to see. All right. With that, sorry, lots going on. I'm overstimulated. All right. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in a Pterodactyl now. Pterodactyl is spawned in. I will plant some carrots for him to get tempestuous, just like we're going to do for our Corrupt Kitsune. And then we're going to go ahead and spawn in our Spaghetti Sloth next, because this guy has 4 mutations he has to work through. We have to get pasta, meatballs, sauce, and aromatic from his mutation shard. I guess because the junk bot takes a while, we'll go ahead and use the junk bot next, and we'll do the chicken zombies towards the end today. So yeah, the junk bot definitely should be in now, because we're going to be waiting around for hours for that dude to do anything. Also, another thing we could do real quick is our disco bees cooldowns are about to be over with. So I'm going to go ahead and give them toys to hopefully, just hopefully, boost them enough to give us the disco mutation. There we go. First try with both toys boosting this guy. So I guess what I'll do is spawn in 1 Kappa to work on getting us bloodlit. And then I will spawn in a chicken zombie to work on getting us zombified. That way we can have 2 more pets working through their mutations. Hopefully we get that bloodlit done so we can get moonlit in just a little bit when a nighttime event occurs. Here's 1 lobster. Molten, please. Molten. Okay, failed. Where's your friend? Maybe your friend will help. Molten, please. All right, there we go. We got Molten done on the Romanesco, but now we just have to wait for Meteoric. So hopefully it's easy as pie to get Meteoric as well. All right, so I just boosted my Corrupt Kitsune with a toy, so his cooldown is about only a minute left. I'm trying to boost my Pterodactyl as well, but this dude is trapped inside the Romanesco, so I'll deal with him in a second. I don't have time. I got to get some carrot seeds down for my boy here so we can hopefully get Corrupt Chakra nice and quickly. Oh, I already have some seeds in here. All right, so I'm going to place down 9 seeds for him. So in case he misses the Romanesco, he'll apply it to this, and the Spinosaurus will move that over. So where is our Pterodactyl? Oh, there you are. Yo. Hold on. Stay there. No! Come back out here now. Come back out here now, buddy. Bro, I can't click this guy. The plant is so big and he's just sitting inside of it. Come here, buddy. Come here so I can boost your cooldown. All right, this guy's annoying me. All right, well, the Corrupt Kitsune's about to do stuff. Let's see which one he gets. Corrupt Chakra, or hopefully we get Corrupt Foxfire Chakra on today. Okay, we got Corrupt Chakra, but no Corrupt Foxfire Chakra. I guess we could wait around, but I'm trying to speed up and get some more mutations. So we're going to probably pick him up anyways. But bro, where is this Pterodactyl? Yo, come out of the plant, please. I need to boost your mutation. He's being a little stupid idiot, stupid stinky butt. Get out, bro. I literally... All right, I'm gonna scream, dude. I'm gonna scream at this guy. Hold on. Pardon me for a second here. Katie! Get out of the Romanesco now! Bro, he's not listening. I give up. I give up, dude. I was gonna give you a toy. We're gonna be friends, but you're being a punk. He only has a minute and a half left. I think he's definitely gonna give us tempestuous on something. I don't think I need to even worry about it, but let's just let him do his oh, bro, he's out. He's out. He's out. Okay, there we go. All right, give us tempestuous, please. All right, we got tempestuous on one of the carrots. Perfect. All right, so our junk bot is almost done. Our spaghetti slot's almost done. Our lobster should be done with meteoric in a second here. That'll be nice. And let's see what else we should spawn in then. I'm thinking we'll double up on the chicken zombies. Oh, you know what? I'm forgetting something. We got to sit here and wait 3 million years for the corrupt scarlet to give us the corrupt mutation. And we also got to do the one for tranquil. But you know what? I guess I'm going to move the kappa for now because I usually don't have any hope on them getting bloodlet anyways. So I'm going to move him out of the way just for now, and then we're gonna work on getting tranquil and corrupt, and then we'll spawn in the kappas towards the end because we have more mutations to worry about, and these guys take forever. All right, I almost just missed it, but all I would have missed is the hurt and pain that these lobsters just caused to my heart. So I guess it would have been better if I missed it, but yeah, they did not give us meteoric yet, so we have to wait around a little bit longer. But you know, I guess that's fine, dude. Maybe our junk bot will come in clutch today and give us that nice oil mutation. Also, we just got meatball applied to one of our carrots, so our spaghetti slot is literally trolling right now, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and try to spam both of these toys on him. So hey, bro. All right, well, I guess I'm not going to. Wait, he's coming out. He's coming out. No, he's not. Bro, why do you run away from my toys? I'm trying to boost your cooldowns and your mutation multiply. I can't speak. Here. Let's go. He got carrot oiled. Huh? Or he applied oil to the carrot. So there we go. We have another mutation down and done. All right, our Spinosaurus is about to eat some mutations. Okay, he applied meatball and oil to the Romanesco, and now we just have to wait for him to move over this corrupt chakra and this tempestuous, which this carrot also has verdant on it now because one of my scarlets did that. They had a little oopsie there. That's fine. But anyways, there we go. Oil is now applied. We have molten from earlier. We have meatball, so this thing is looking pretty good with all of these stacked mutations. Let's see what mutation our spaghetti sloth decides to apply next. Let's see. What is he doing? Are you coming over here, buddy? Bro, why do you want to come to the carrots so bad, bro? You already meatballed one of them. Why can't you just do it to the... Bro. All right, well, he's out. He's going to probably apply meatball to one of these things again. Pasta. Okay, at least you got us pasta this time. So now we just need aromatic from him and sauce, and once that's done, he's out. Golden goose. Hey, bro, don't lay your egg inside the Romanesco. I literally cannot see in there unless I shift lock, but then I can't interact with anything in there. So if you're gonna lay an egg, can you do it out here, please? So I can actually see it. Hey! Oh, you know what? It's the pancake stack. That's why they're all going in there. I'm gonna move it over so I can see them. Where is that thing? It's right here. Come here. Come here, pancake. Come over here. Golden goose laid an egg. Let's see. Oh, so that's one big egg, buddy. Let me try to sell this thing. Hey, Steven, can you apply this to my Romanesco, my man?
Nope.
Okay, well, he didn't apply it, but it was worth a shot. Okay, one of our scarlets just applied the corrupt mutation to a carrot, which means our other scarlet, the tranquil one, should be applying tranquil in just a minute, or trying to. Oh, look at that, bro. We got both of them done right away today. So we got tranquil done, and we got corrupt both on the same carrot. Wow, that actually just smiled to my face that they actually loved me today. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pick these guys up so they don't try to apply verdant. But yeah, we got those done right away. That's awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in another Spinosaurus because we have quite a lot of mutations we need to move over now. 2 more pets done. We can see if we're gonna get the chicken zombie done and out of the way next, I guess, since he is almost done with his cooldowns. Let me give him double toys. And failed. Wow, this guy really doesn't like me. Double boost and he still can't give the mutation. All right, spaghetti sloth, what you doing, buddy? Hey, he wants the carrots again, dude. Why don't you want the big Romanesco? Like, this thing is literally like a broccoli plant that you could probably throw in your spaghetti, but you want the carrots and say, you're disgusting. You disgust me. I'm just kidding. You don't disgust me because you just gave me sauce, dude. I love you. Our golden goose is about to lay an egg. Hello? Welcome to the world, egg. All right. Give me fortune on something. Give me fortune on something. All right, you know what? Fine, Steven. I see how it is, buddy. All right, he's eating some mutations. All right, we got corrupt chakra done and out of the way. And we got tranquil moved over. So those are both added onto our Romanesco now. I can pick up this wet carrot because we don't really need wet. I will do that with the kappas later. And then, yeah, we just need all of these pretty much moved over. Besides verdant, we don't really need that. Okay, that was a fail, meteoric. Where's the other lobster? Buddy, come on out. There you are. All right, meteoric, please. Meteoric, please. Meteoric, please. Nope. All right, so I was checking my phone for a second and I just missed something that happened. But yeah, this carrot, you know, it does have pasta from our spaghetti sloth, but our spaghetti sloth also just applied pasta directly onto our Romanesco here. So now we have pasta and meatball on that. And now once our Spinosauruses move the sauce over, then this will be fully spaghetti. And then we just need aromatic from our spaghetti sloth. But yeah, this thing is looking pretty good. I'm excited to see the price, especially because this thing is humongous. We also have an Aurora event that just started, so maybe we can try to get the Aurora mutation. And then our chicken zombie is also almost done with its cooldown. So lots of good things about to happen. These lobsters, though, are stressing me out. They need to hurry the heck up, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and give a toy to that chicken zombie to hopefully boost that and give us zombified right away. And let's see what the golden goose is laying its egg. Come on. There you go. You just pooped it out on me. Give me fortune. All right, you know what? I don't like you, Steven. I don't like what you're doing now. All right, chicken zombie, what are you gonna do for us? Some zombified, I would hope. Ah, some zombified. And to the carrot, thank you so much. You're a good little chicken zombie. You can go ahead and go back in my inventory now. You have done your job. All right, Queen Bee. I guess you're gonna probably cool down my Mimic Octopus. Mimic Octopus, don't copy the Queen Bee's pollinated ability. That's like the most useless one. Aromatic for Spaghetti Sloth, and it failed. So I'm no longer excited for what it was going to do. That was very sad. All right, what are you gonna move over, buddy? Please, please, just, can I trust you? Tempestuous, good job. There we go. Another one down. Okay, so I went AFK for like an hour and something interesting happened that I didn't even think about, and this is how we're gonna do it from now on. So the golden eggs, they all spawn in with the fortune mutation, and actually I didn't realize this, but the Spinosauruses can actually just move the mutation from the golden egg over to your plant. So we actually have fortune onto our Romanesco here. We are still waiting, it looks like, for aromatic to be applied because I don't see it anywhere on here, and we have not gotten meteoric yet, so we gotta wait for those. But we did get everything else moved over from our carrots, and we did get spaghetti completely finished here, so that is good to have. So for the time being, we do have a nighttime event that is going to happen within about 30 minutes, but to see if we can get moonlit a little bit earlier, I am gonna have our Kappa spawn in and see if they can give us bloodlit and race against the Tanukis. So if the Tanukis actually give us frozen, so I'm gonna try to get moonlit, bloodlit, and then we're gonna also try and wait for this guy to still give us aromatic, and then these guys to give us meteoric, and then we should be pretty much maxed out at that point. Or we'll be close at least. All right, so our spaghetti sloth finally applied aromatic from its mutation shard to our Romanesco here, and we are finally done with all 4 of its mutations that it has. So we can go ahead and pick this guy up. We're now waiting for the lobsters to hopefully give us meteoric. I don't know if they will. One of them has both cooldowns almost done. Zeffy here. Hey, Zeffy, buddy, can I give you a toy real quick so you could maybe help us out? Please don't run away from me. All right, maybe we'll get meteoric done. Maybe, just maybe. Failed. We won't get it done. We're just gonna cry. That's all we're gonna do, I guess. Suki, buddy, listen, I need you to mimic one of your lobster friends here, okay? And you need to mimic the meteoric mutation that they can do. Sounds good? Look, I'll feed you this beanstalk for motivation. Now just do your thing. Please help us. Please help us. Please, meteoric. Please, buddy, please. Let's go, dude! He actually did it. He gave us meteoric. I just had to sweet talk him a little bit and feed him a beanstalk, and he's very happy. Can I feed you this golden egg? I think you would love this. I think you'll find it delicious. There you go. That's what you get for being a good little mimic octopus today. So we don't really need you anymore. As you can see, we now have meteoric added on to our Romanesco here, and this thing is looking very beefy today. Like, we have so many mutations on this thing and a lot of new ones here. So I'm excited. This really isn't any progress, but I just thought this was interesting. This is literally tempestuous in game right now. Like, there's a windy event and a tornado. I'm sure a lot of the people that are playing right now that don't have pterodactyls are happy because they're about to get tempestuous easy mode. All right, the nighttime event should be happening any second now, and we should be able to get moonlit done pretty quick and easy. We'll just wait a little bit to see if we get a meteor shower as well, so we can get celestial, because that would be an extra mutation that we can get. All right, there we go. We got our night staff to give us moonlit. So moonlit is now done and added on to our Romanesco plant here. All right, let's see if these guys will give us bloodlit. This one's running away, which he's not going to be in stud range, but I guess our other one still has hope. Oh, he's coming back. Come on, bloodlit, please. Try to give us bloodlit. Yeah, nothing. All right, well, I'm giving up on the Kappas. We're going to go ahead and bring in some polar bears to get this thing frozen then. Just go me. You know what? I guess we could just quickly make a chilled spray as well. It only takes about 5 minutes. So maybe instead of the polar bears, I'll just do this. So I'm going to bring this over here, spray that, and now we don't even need our polar bears. So that goes a little bit faster. All right, so we're gonna wait a second. Let's see if we get celestial, but while we wait for that, let's see how many mutations we actually have on our Romanesco here. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 mutations on our Romanesco, but we separate some here, like tempestuous would have 26. Spaghetti would bring us to 28. Paradisal would bring us to 29. Frozen would bring us to 30. And ceramic would bring us to like 32, I want to say. So that's still a lot of mutations. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get a meteor shower to apply celestial to this. And if not, we're going to go ahead and pick it up and get amber on it. Oh, it looks like we have a sandstorm instead, but that is not a meteor shower. It looks interesting though with this. All right, so we have a couple more seconds of nighttime and it looks like no celestial. All right, well, I kind of figured we probably wouldn't get a celestial meteor shower, but it was worth the wait to see if we get that extra mutation. But anyways, I think we have a pretty good Romanesco here. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. I am going to go ahead and give some toys to my raptors to try and boost our chance to get amber applied to this. We have an extra mutation. So we're going to pick this thing up and check the value with Steven, and let's see if we get amber applied. And we did get amber, so that is another mutation applied to this thing, and it's tiny now. It's just a visual bug, I guess, but this is what the Romanesco looks like. It's just very, very, very tiny in my hand, but that thing was huge, and we have all these mutations on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and check this value of this thing with Steven. So without further ado, Steven, how much would you give us for this Romanesco with like 30 something, 31 mutations on it? I don't know. There's a lot. Okay, how much? 740 billion for this thing. That is a pretty good amount for one fruit. I know there's people in this game that are like, oh man, I get fruits that are like 1 trillion, but this is honestly a very good value for people that don't know a lot of the methods to getting gigantic fruits and making them worth 1 quadrillion billion dollars. So I think this is actually a pretty good value for this thing. I thought we had hit 1 trillion, but it's pretty close to it, and I think it's still very good. So what do you guys think? Is this worth all of these mutations on the new Romanesco? And do you guys plan on buying this when it comes in stock in the seed shop? If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe for bonus points. I'll see you guys in the next one.